defence here from the Sharks. Kenny, centre left to Papali'i. He straightens into the defence. Colquhoun's over the top. And also in there was Hazelton. 29 out from the Penrith line. Kenny open side right to Yo. He's caught at 15 short of halfway centre field southern end. Played on the last to Kenny. Goes right to Cleary. He kicks it from about 34 out from his own line. Good depth, but taken on the run by Kennedy. Up over the 20 to the 30. And he's going to be caught here. 32 out from his own line. 2 in from touch eastern side. So a really good start in that set. From the Cronulla Sutherland side is now Iro with a hit up. He's caught 14 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Will Kennedy. He sends it open side right as now the Cronulla Sutherland side have it 7 short of halfway. And the ball played here by Stone Street. Comes from Brayley. Away centre field right Colquhoun. He's caught a metre in Penrith half. No score on the board here at Carrington Park. Brayley sent it left to Hazelton. Good strong run. But he's cut down 9 metres in Penrith territory by Kenny. Played it on the last. The kick downfield from Braden Trindle. Down to the south-east corner. Retreating is To'o with a catch. A metre out from his own line. All the play on that far side. And To'o caught Matthew Elliott just out from his own line. No score on the board.
Yeah, and pushing off the back fence here, Andrew, and Cronulla line speed early in this game has sent a message to the Panthers.
Only 2 minutes gone. Saturday night rugby league here on ABC Sport is Jenkins with a hit. He's tackled centre field. 15 out from his own line. Now comes from right to left for the Panthers again, just outside their 20, and it's McLean put down. Kenny goes right this time to Edwards. He's caught 32 out from his own line. Bring up the last tackle, and Penrith being dominated at the moment in these first few sets. Cleary kick downfield, caught on the full by Kennedy easily. He gets up over the 30 again. Now he faces a wall of defenders, and he's going to be put to the ground. 34 out from his own line. Nearly 3 minutes gone. No score. Let's check in early downstairs. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, good start from both sides. You can see the kick chase of both sides is a real early emphasis, with neither side really able to march up the field with the ball.
Don't forget that text line 0467 920 222. We'll be checking that periodically through the evening. It's Ramian, 6 short of halfway, plays it. Comes right, Sione Katoa bounced away from one, bounces away from Smith. Now tackled 3 metres in Penrith territory and plays it. Comes away centre field left. Colquhoun got it away this time to Adam Fanua-Blake. Good strong run. Put down 32 out from the goal line. Yo involved in the tackle. Bring up the last, and it comes left to Trindle. Up she goes from 34 metres out. Towering kick. Kennedy, or rather Edwards, drops backward, takes it and gets hammered by the chase. Shoved in goal. That's great start here, Cronulla Sutherland. There's no score, Matthew, but the Sharkies are dominating these opening few minutes.
Yeah, and they're doing it with their defence, Andrew. They're not letting the Penrith Panthers get out of their own territory at all. And your best measure of that is how far the fullback gets to carry the ball from a kick return. And Kennedy's had free space. What we saw there, Dylan Edwards got smashed into the end goal.
Short line drop out from Nathan Cleary. It's going over the 10-metre line, and Katoa takes it uncontested. No Penrith player came near it, and he'll play at 11 out, 10 in from touch, southwest corner. Does so to Brayley, right to left, Hines away to Nickera, spins in the Leota tackle, but down he goes, 9 metres out for the goal line. Dummy half is Blake Brayley. Centre of the park, he dummies, then sends it on the inside. Colquhoun, he's caught. 2 away from the line. Penrith's defence being tested here. Yet to consider point in the comp. Nico Hines passed away left to right, and Ramian's cut down. 5 metres out from the goal line. Talangi was involved along with McLean. Now comes left to Hazelton. He's wrapped up in front of the southern post. 3 metres out. Last tackle, Cronulla Sutherland. Brayley goes left away. Trindle dummied the kick. Got the pass away to Burns. It ends up spilling out the back. It's been knocked on. Changeover. Penrith survive. No score here in Bathurst, and we've had 4.5 minutes of play. That was a real test for Penrith's defence, Matthew Elliott, and they've come up trumps.
Yeah, Andrew, you described that perfectly, because the Cronulla attack there was spot on. A lot of cohesion, a lot of questions answered, all done by the Panthers.
Now To'o plays it to Kenny. Goes right to left to Jenkins. Doing the work of the forward there. The wingers tackled 21 out from his own line by Nickera. Now Kenny. He works it away left again as Penrith get 30 out from their own line. Kenny has open side right. Let's get out of here. Kick from Nathan Cleary. Looking for a 40-20. Oh, it's brilliant. That's Billy like Tanner Boyd last night. What a kick by Cleary. He finds touch 10 metres out from the goal line. or make it 15, and Penrith get the chance to go on the attack here. No score, but what a kick, what a play by Nathan Cleary.
His team's under the pump, Andrew. Comes up with a big play on play 3. Amazing kick.
They take the tap 15 out. Kenny goes right to Lindsay Smith. Shows a bit of good footwork. Taken 4 metres out from the goal line. No score, but Penrith on the charge now. Kenny, set restart Penrith. It goes left to right to Moses Leota. Leg drive gets him to within 2 metres of the line. He'll play the ball now. Kenny, back to the left to Cleary. Beautiful delayed pass to Lungy. It goes out the back. Jenkins got it up and knocked it backwards, says referee Klein. 10 metres out from the goal line. 10 in from touch, western side. Cleary dummy half. Goes right to Smith. Away to Leota. Close. Cut down. Hazelson's in over the top. A metre away. Now Kenny goes right to Cleary. Dylan Edwards. Quick hands away to Toll. He's over. Brian Toll scores in the corner. And Penrith on the back of a magnificent 40-20 by Nathan Cleary opened the scoring despite being under the pump in the first few minutes. 6.5 minutes gone. Penrith 4, Cronulla Sutherland 0. The try finished up by Brian Toll.
Yeah, into that shift to that right-hand side. Nathan Cleary's got his hands over everything there as they tested the middle of the field. And yeah, just some sweet passing to the far side. And as soon as Brian Toll got that ball in his hands, were you questioning the result of that play?
There was only one. And I'll tell you what, Michael Carianis on the touchline, that is Penrith at its best, isn't it? Absorb, and then strike.
Yeah, and there's great skill shown a couple of times, particularly from Nathan Cleary with the obvious 40-20. Then he jumped out of the dummy half on the play before the try, and it was the 2 front rowers, Lindsay Smith and Moses Leota, combining in the middle of the field, and it was just a desperate Cronulla defence tore him down, but then they just couldn't adjust off the back of that, and Cleary sensed the opportunity, got his hands on the ball again, went on the right-hand side and set up a lovely try via Dylan Edwards for Brian Toll. So nice bit of skill from plenty of Panthers players on show there.
Yeah, that was a brilliant retort from Penrith. But what a kick from Cleary. That's early in the game, Matty, but that's a huge play.
Oh, absolutely, because his team were well on. They hadn't even got out of their own 40-metre area, Andrew. He turned the game around in a single moment.
So Nathan Cleary, 20 metres out, a metre in from touch on the eastern side in front of the jam-packed hill here at Carrington Park in Bathurst. 4-0 Panthers after Melbourne ran away with it in the end to defeat St George Illawarra 46-20 in the gong, and West Tigers thrashed the Cowboys 44-16. Big margins continuing, high scores continuing in the NRL. Will that be the case here, or will it be a real slugfest? Here's Cleary from the 20-metre line. Moves in, he strikes it, heading towards the post. He likes it, he's kicked it. Already he's put a big stamp on this game. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0 here in Bathurst. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport on the text line, which is 0467 920 222. Good evening, gents. Steve from Caloundra here, back in front of the 5 people, the Cold Sports Drink, listening to the best in the business. So happy you coach for another year, Maury. Best wishes for improving health in 2026. As a lifelong Broncos fan, do you think a bit of Benji Marshall home truths could be well deserved for some of the Broncos players? Reece Walsh always plays better when he doesn't have the nail polish on, says Steve. I don't know the stats on that, Steve, but yeah, Michael Maguire, he's got a challenge ahead of him, doesn't he? But they're in great hands, though, with him. So it's going to be interesting to see if it is attitudinal and how Michael Maguire can turn that around. As from the kickoff, Padre, the Panthers 2 out from their own line.
Yeah, and again, the Sharks' defensive qualities are on show again, and they're just absolutely pumping the Panthers in their own territory.
Now Penrith on their own 10. Kenny goes left to Yo, and straight into 4 Sharks defenders, 16 out from his own line. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0. Kenny goes left to Lindsay Smith, and he's up over the 20, but nailed 22 out from his own line. That'll be 4 tackles into the set. Kenny, short ball left to Edwards, plays out the back to Lungy. He's straight past one over the 40, over halfway. He's got McLean with him to the 30, off by McLean. Got past Kennedy, dragged to the ground, 10 out by Nico Hines. Did he pass it too quick? Last play. It goes to Lungy to Jenkins under pressure. Lost it behind him. Held off the ball, I thought. Dived on now by the Sharks winner Stone Street. And did they bomb it? Try the Panthers. 6-0 Penrith leads here at Carrington Park as now the Sharks take it near their 20 through Xiaomi Mi.
Oh, well, I tell you what, Jesse Ramian came up with such a bad defensive read there, but their scramble there, the Sharks, just saved their bacon.
Did he pass too soon to Lungy?
Yes.
I reckon too. And now they give away a penalty for a crusher tackle against Moses Liotta. And the penalty goes to Braden Trindle. And that's the first penalty of the game and a reliever for the Sharks. Touchline we go, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, no doubt Talangi passed too early and probably passed on the wrong side. Yeah, Dylan Edwards coming up on his inside. I think if he just held that pass a little bit, Drew Will Kennedy passed inside to Dylan Edwards, they would have scored untouched. Sharks let off the hook, and as Matty Elliott said, a really poor defensive read from Jesse Ramian allowed that opportunity.
From the tap, it's the other centre, Iro tackled, 9 metres in Penrith's half. Panthers up 6-0 with that try to and a set restart conceded by Penrith. First one for the Sharks. They're 37 metres out from the Penrith line, southern end of the ground. 10 minutes tick by, and it's 6-0 Penrith. Trindle, short ball left. Burns takes the tackle. 24 out from the Panthers goal line. Another set restart. Penrith give away a million of these. They don't seem to care about them. As now Brayley sees Colquhoun turn the ball into Fanua Blake. He stands in the tackle. Only 12 metres out. So a great chance here for the Sharks to strike back. Goes left to Trindle. Plays out the back. Kennedy to Iro. Drag to the ground. 5 out from the goal line by Cleary and Edwards. Plays it in that far corner, Brayley. Goes right to Trindle. Short ball to Hazelton. He goes without it. And Penrith survive again. And after 90 minutes of rugby league in 2026, no one scored a point against them yet, Matthew Elliott. The mistake coming from the Sharks, who might look a bit rattled now, having dominated field position but find themselves behind 6-0.
Yeah, Trindle will be disappointed with himself there. He came up with a trick play there, double pumped it, played out in the front to Hazelton and hit him in the back shoulder. If he just gave it to him straight away, he certainly would have had a chance of getting some second phase play out of him.
Mighty words from Chris O, listening in South Australia. Our Sharks will grind Penrith into disappointment and expose the Panthers to their misguided and false pretentious ways. Up, on you, says Chris O. Not sure how misguided it is when you win 4 premierships in a row. There you go. As now Penrith spread the ball to the left. Casey McLean, he's got the ball now, running off to Lungy, steps in fields and breaks free of 2. He's up to halfway. Gee, that was great strength from Casey McLean. He'll play the ball now to Kenny. Spins it away to his right to Cleary. Cut out ball finds Edwards. And then through hands, Yo to Lungy. Then away to Alamonte. Cuts in field. And he's going to be contained 10 metres in Sharks territory. 10 in from touch on the eastern side. Kenny dummy half. Goes left to Edwards. Plays out the back to Cleary. Show and go from Nathan, but he's felled. 35 out from the goal line. Kenny dummy half again. Double pumps it away to Yo to his left. In comes over the top Hazelton. 24 out from the goal line. Last play Penrith with a 6-0 lead, and the kick from Nathan Cleary to the northwest corner for Qatar against Jenkins. Jenkins got there first, balls on the ground, knocked on Penrith, and the Sharks survive. Changeover. Cronulla Sutherland with it, trailing 6-0 down to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, another big set there from the Penrith Panthers. Look where they finished. The Sharks will be able to play 10 metres out from their own line because of the error, but outside of that, it was another outstanding set. They're just marching up the field with ease at the moment. The Cronulla Sharks defensive line just lacks a little bit of intensity.
Sharkies MC, 18 out from their own line. Ball played, and it comes centre field left. Tackle made here, about 28 out from their own goal line. Yo was in over the top. Brayley dummy half. Centre left to Colquhoun, straightens, and the Sharks lock is tackled. 34 metres out from his own line. It is 6-0 in favour of Penrith. Fanua Blake goes right, and it comes away to Britton Nickera, and Nickera's shoved backwards here. Got a pass that was very flat to Ramian. Ramian, a wraparound ball to Hines. He sent the left to Braden Trindle. Got a pass away that's juggled by Burns, came away with it, then throws it into the Panthers, and Penrith come away with it. Alamonte down the eastern touchline is caught right on halfway. It's 6-0 Penrith over the Sharks. We've had 13 and a half minutes, Matthew Elliott, as Penrith work their way 8 metres in Cronulla territory.
There's a little difference there straight away. You see the Panthers show some poise whenever they make a break. Then the Sharks just overplayed, surrendered possession early in the tackle count.
35 metres out. Lindsay Smith plays it to Kenny, goes left to Edwards. Edwards jinks, darts across field, turns it into McLean, steps into Hazelton, and he's tackled. 21 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line, and about 15 in from the Western touchline. Played to Kenny, to the right, open side. Cleary, Yo to Lungy, and throws a terrible pass to Lungy. Going back for it is To'o, who's gotten rid of the headgear out there, and he's tackled 25 out. Lucky that he didn't just throw the ball away there to Lungy. On the last, Kenny, Cleary drills a crossfield kick to powerful. Jenkins was flying through as a planned move, was a trained move, but in the end it bounced over the touchline. It'll be a change over to Cronulla Sutherland. Matthew, 10 out from their own line.
I thought he was going to make that play there. That would have been an amazing kick as well, but look at what the Panthers have taken out of the Sharks here, and have just sucked a little bit of energy out of them. There's no real energy at all in this Sharks team just at the moment.
So now Cronulla back towards centre field, trailing 6-0. Around the grounds, Queensland Cup second half, Northern Pride 24, leading the Seagulls 12. And short side left now for Cronulla, it's Colhoun. He's tackled and plays the ball to Brayley. Comes open side right to Adam Fanua-Blake. He straightens near centre field. And taken over the top by Papali'i with Smith. 34 out from the Sharks goal line. Now it comes to the right on the last. Kick downfield from Brayley. He's looking for a 40-20, but he got a bad bounce. Into the arms of Dylan Edwards. 18 out from his own line, and bang, he's hit hard by Nickera just outside his 20-metre line. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0 after 15 and a half minutes. As now the Sharkies looking to pin them down again. In the Super Rugby, Queensland 7 lead the Waratahs 0 early on. As Brian To'o steps, got through Hazelton, and the Panthers try scorer is put down 15 metres short of halfway. AFL, Sydney Swans crushing the Premiers, the Brisbane Lions 49-10 in the second quarter at the SCG. They're up to halfway. Kenny plays the ball. Edwards goes left to Papali'i. Beautiful tackle down low by Hines. 39 out from the goal line. Plays on the last to Kenny. Goes right to Cleary from 35 metres out. Towering kick. Sharks don't go after it. Oh, Jenkins got there first and dropped it. I tell you what, he held that. He was going to score a try, Tom Jenkins, but he knocks it on. Another change over to the Sharks. 10 out from their own line. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0.
Yeah, early observation, Andrew, is that they're really targeting the right-hand defensive unit of the Sharks. So Ramian and Nico Hines in particular are doing a lot of defensive work early on, and they're kicking down their right-hand side as well, and nearly got a result in that play.
Sione Katoa hits it up from the restart. 17 out from his own line. Played to Brayley. Goes left to Stone Street. Crashed through Smith. And now taken 24 out from his own goal line by Papali'i. Now Tyne sends the ball in the infield to Colhoun. He's tackled at 11 short of halfway. Played to Brayley. Picks it up. Goes himself. Played Brayley into an offside Liotta who wasn't. He's got a set restart. Brayley did very well there, and that's the third one for Cronulla, who are now 6 metres in Penrith territory. The ball played slowly by Nickera. Darting from dummy half Brayley. Got straight through a poor tackle attempt from Lindsay Smith, and the ball away now to Kennedy, and he's caught 30 out from the Penrith line. Cronulla on the attack, trailing 6-0. Nico Hines turns it into Hazelton. Edwards met him in the front line of defence, and the tackle made 22 out from the Penrith goal line. Brayley to the left. Trindle away for Fanua-Blake. Bit of footwork at the defensive line, but he's caught 12 metres out. Cronulla Sutherland with it, Southern end. To our right, Brayley goes left to Trindle, then to Kennedy. Floats a pass over to Stone Street, who gets hammered by the pocket rocket, Brian To'o. A rib rattler. Plays the ball on the last. Comes to the right, Trindle. Kennedy wants this kick. He's chasing. So does Colhoun. And Jesse Raymond. The ball on the deck knocked on by Cronulla Sutherland. Change over to Penrith. 10 out from their own goal line. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0. 17 and a half gone. We go to the touchline and to see Michael Carianis.
That was the best set the Sharks have had in a while there, Andrew. They managed to march upfield, shifted nicely. Blake Brayley was scheming around the ruck, got the set restarted, and it all came off the back of Brayley there for his best Cronulla's set for a while.
Thank you, Michael. As now it's Dylan Edwards getting the pass away left. And the tackle's made, heavy tackles at high one, 30 out from the Penrith line. No ruling. And then it's all slow motion. They do get a set restart for interference in the ruck. Penrith, it's their second of the night, and they're 8 metres short of halfway, leading 6-0. Kenny goes right to Cleary. Cleary dummies, goes himself. Put down a metre in Cronulla Sutherland territory in centre field. Kenny to the right. Liotta got the pass away to support in Ghana, and he's wrapped up at 38 metres out from the goal line. Penrith with a footy on the attack. The pass from Yo finds Dylan Edwards. He goes on a jinking run, the Penrith custodian. Caught 28 out, centre field, northern end. Now Kenny fires it left, clear it to Papali'i. Dragged down 17 out. Last play, Penrith, who lead 6-0. Dummy half Kenny goes right to Cleary, puts in the stab kick. Getting back there is Trindle. It goes through his hands. Did he touch it? It's over the dead ball line. It will be a goal line dropout. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0. After 19 minutes of play, and they should get another set here, the Panthers.
Yeah, Will Kennedy saying that he didn't touch the ball, but they're not contesting it, Andrew, so...
Well, they'll check it. They can check it automatically, these things in the bunker, to determine the restart. And they're adamant that it's going to be a 20-metre tap, Cronulla. And Ashley Klein gets word from Chris Butler that he was right, Braden Trindle. He didn't touch it. The decision has been reversed, 20-metre tap and a 7-tackle set for the Sharks.
Oh, I tell you what, that's a bonus for the Sharks on a few levels. One, the time it took to make that decision, then getting a 7-tackle set, because, my goodness, the tempo that the Panthers are playing at the moment is just amazing.
Sharks from the restart, caught 27 out for their own line, played to Brayley. He goes over inside left to Iro. Caught 32 out from the Sharks line. Was that another set restart?
Yes.
Are you sure it wasn't just waving on the 7-tackle set?
Probably waving on the 7-tackle set.
Okay, here's Cronulla just over their 40. 9 short of halfway. Dummy half Brayley centre field. Goes left to Hazelton. He's put it down again. That's his second mistake. And then Penrith lose the ball forward. It'll come back for a Penrith scrum feed. 4 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. As the scoreline is 6-0 in favour of the Panthers. 18 minutes, making 19 minutes 44 left in the first half. Tell you what, he's normally got really good hands, Tom Hazelton.
Yeah, he'll be really disappointed with himself on that one. The last one, you know, I'll excuse him because Trindle hit him in the back shoulder, but that was just set up perfectly by Brayley there, right into his guts, and he just lifted his eyes a tad early, trying to look at what this Penrith defence was doing.
Around the ground, Super Netball season underway. Melbourne Mavericks defeated the Giants 61-52, and third quarter, Adelaide Thunderbirds leading the Swifts of New South Wales 36-29. Penrith play 2. Papali'i steps past a couple, got through Kennedy, now tackled 20 out from the goal line, plays it to Kenny, dummy short side left, goes open side right to Lindsay Smith. He's put to the ground, 12 metres out. Dummy half is Kenny, and here is a set restart for Penrith. Goes left to Lungy, away to McLean. Katoa was there to greet him with some force as well. Held is the call from Ashley Klein. Ball played to Papali'i. Long ball to the right to Cleary. Isaiah dropped it. Well, there you go. We've been watching him here in Bathurst since 2014, and that's surely the first mistake he's made. And it was under no pressure. Isaiah Yo is filthy with himself. We have had 21 and a half minutes. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0. At MC, both teams will look sharp at times, but that drop ball will be driving the coaches nuts.
Yeah, well, it will, because both sides have struggled at times with the hands of the tackle. You touched on it, Andrew. The Sione Katoa tackle was huge. It was a ball into a contact on Casey McLean, and had he not made that contact, Tom Jenkins would have gone untouched on the outside. It's a big play from the winger. The Panthers will make, the next time they get the ball, they'll make their first change. It'll be Scott Sorensen entering the field.
Sharks win the scrum. I've got one question for you, though, MC, in relation to the drop ball. Is it Huey?
No, I don't think so. It looks pretty good out here.
Okay, thank you, mate. Here's Katoa. He's tackled 25 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Brayley. Comes back centre field now. Cronulla with it, trailing 6 points to 0, 13 short of halfway. It's played to Brayley. He goes left away, Colhoun. He's dragged down 2 short of halfway for the Sharks. Plays the ball now. Brayley to the left of Fanua Blake. Left foot step. And he's taken 10 metres in Penrith Panthers territory. Last tackle here, right in centre field. Brayley fires it left. Trindle runs at the defence. Towering kick. We lose sight of it. Dylan Edwards does not. Oh, it's a shocking attempt by Edwards. He dropped that goal, and it comes back to Cronulla Sutherland. A metre out from the goal line, if that. Dylan Edwards won't be happy with that. He was in great position, and now we go to the bunker to make sure that Sharks player is held up.
On the last tackle, we have no try. Confirm it as a clean challenge in the catch there. make sure the ball's held up. I lose sight of it when it gets the other side of me.
Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0 after 23 minutes.
Yeah, Billy Burns picks that ball up after it rebounds off Dylan Edwards' shoulder, I think, Andrew. I don't know if it was his head, but he really gets over that stripe.
So it is now in the hands.
Just looking at the actions of Kale Hero, whether he's competing.
That big screen's only, 400 metres away from us?
Makes contact with Dylan well before the contest and never actually joins the contest. This is interference and a penalty. We have a decision.
So that, Michael Carianis, is a 2026 penalty that goes to Penrith.
Yeah, that's right, Andrew. Honestly, I couldn't see the screen at all. I had 3 people standing in front.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, mate.
Thanks, mate.
I've got a clear view of it, Andrew.
And? Oh, you do. Yeah, you got a camera wheel right there. Look, it's brilliant to be doing it here outside at the back of the stand. But there are a couple of trials and tribulations.
Absolutely.
Penalty, there you go.
You beat the DJ. Mate, can you turn this music down again?
Big fine touch, eastern side. Well, you can certainly tick that box. Music is loud enough. And fine touch, 10 short of halfway. Tap by Paul Alamotti. Runs into and through Hero. Now put to the ground, 2 short of halfway. Played to Kenny. Spins it left away to Lindsay Smith. And Lindsay Smith, great run up over the 40. Put to the ground, 39 out from the goal line. Moses Leota has come off and Sorensen has MC reported coming on. Kenny goes left to Cleary. Dummies inside. Goes that way eventually to Lindsay Smith up the middle. He's wrapped up 35 metres out. Penrith look like they're setting up to the left. Kenny goes that way to Cleary. Cleary turns it into Papali'i. Straight back to the right to Edwards. He double punted away to Yo. Hazelton's in over the top with the tackle. 21 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. Penrith on the attack with a 6-0 lead. It comes to the right edge. Cleary. Cut out ball to Edwards. Edwards went himself and he's dragged to the ground. 2 metres out. 3 metres in the northeast corner. Last tackle, terrible pass, good hands by Cleary. Crossfield kick, Jenkins flies high, through his hands, he's knocked it on again. So the Sharkies are going to survive. It was a tough grab attempt from Jenkins, and the score remains 6-0 in favour of the Penrith Panthers with 16 minutes to go in the first half.
At the risk of being boring, Andrew, what about how potent Yo, Cleary and Edwards are when they combine? My goodness, they are asking so many questions at the moment.
So now the Sharks with it. Brayley, he sent it left Stone Street, caught in centre field, 22 out from his own line. He'll play the ball now to Brayley. He sent it to the left edge, and it's Colhoun caught on his own 30-metre line by Yo. Brayley goes to his right, an inside pass this time for Nickera. Tackled 12 metres short of halfway for Cronulla Sutherland. There to greet him was Papali'i. Brayley goes to Fanua Blake as a replacement for the Sharkies. Oregon Kafusi replaces Tom Hazelton, their first interchange of the night. Last tackle Cronulla, and Trindle a bit of a hurried kick that time. Edwards is underneath this and takes it well. 14 out from his own line. Returns it to the 20 and he's collared. 22 out from his own goal line. 6-0 in favour of Penrith over Cronulla Sutherland. 14 minutes 51 left in the half. Wins already today for the Melbourne Storm, remaining unbeaten. And for the West Tigers in their first game of the year. Cleary out of dummy half. Dummy his way to within about 17 of halfway. Now it comes left to McLean. He's caught 4 short of halfway. He's having a blinder at left set of Casey McLean. Lindsay Smith goes right to Yo, then plays out the back. Cleary to Edwards. Cut out ball to To'o. He's up over the Sharks 40. And To'o got through a couple. He's so strong. He scored 30 metres out last tackle. Comes away to Cleary. Jenkins will be the target yet again. Jenkins against Katoa. No, Xiaomi Katoa takes it and gets nailed by Papali'i. 4 out from his own goal line. 6-0 Panthers as now Ramian hits it up over the 10-metre line. And MC, that was a different tactic, wasn't it? Jenkins just let Papali'i make the tackle 4 metres out.
Yeah, that comes down to the disruptor rule. He probably didn't think he could get there in time to contest the ball. So if you can't contest the ball, you've got to stay out of the road. Otherwise, you'll give a penalty. Billy Phillips is about to be the Panthers' second change.
Yeah, he's a tall, lanky lad, and he's pacing up and down the touchline as Sharks move to halfway through Kennedy. Last play, Brayley to the right, Nico Hines, the kick from halfway, down to the southwest corner, on retreat is Edwards, takes it facing his own goal line, 2 metres out from his own line, heads towards the 20, and that's where he's scored. 6-0, Penrith leads Cronulla Sutherland, 12 and a half to go in the first half. NRL Saturday on ABC Sport. with Matthew Elliott, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore, as now it's Jenkins playing it. Sends it left edge this time to McLean, who's caught 13 short of halfway by Colhoun. Plays the ball to Kenny. Open side right to Sorensen, and Scotty Sorensen's going to be taken a metre short of halfway. He'll be my co-host on NRL Monday in a couple of days' time, speaks Scott Sorensen, as now the Penrith Panthers with the footy. 10 metres inside Cronulla territory. It's played to Kenny. Goes left to Talangi. Cut out ball to Papali'i away to McLean. Puts in a left foot stab kick. Getting back there is Kennedy. It's in goal. Kennedy gets there and his ankle tapped in goal. Goal line drop out. Sharks. So a good finish by Casey McLean to get the repeat set potentially. 27 and a half gone. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0. Matthew Elliott.
Andrew, that 6-0 scoreline that you keep reminding us of, I tell you what, you've got to take your hat off to the Sharks' resilience that they showed to actually keep the score that way, because they're being dominated again, particularly their left side defensively is giving up a lot of metres. This is a very important dropout. They need to get this ball back, Andrew. They need to get it back now.
On the text line, Dead Set Maury, players are dropping the ball because it's so dark out there they can't see. It doesn't look that dark from here. Michael Carianis, how would you rate the visibility?
It's not dark, but it's darker than we'd see at other grounds, that's for sure.
But
It's the height of the lights as well, Andrew.
Yeah, right.
When there's a high ball, it could disappear into the darkness for a tick.
there you go. Maybe a listener is correct. Here's Braden Trindle with a line dropout. He's going short. He's going to the eastern side. It's about 18 metres, and the players are everywhere, and he missed it terribly. Alamotti, and Cronulla comes away with it. 23 out from the Sharks line. Alamotti was first there, but it went straight through his hands. So now Cronulla Sutherland get the chance to get out of trouble. 28 out from their own goal line on play 2. Sam Stonestreet plays it to Brayley. Cut out ball goes to the right with a short pass on there to the replacement Kafusi. He's caught mid-quarter halfway. Sharks territory. Brayley out of dummy half. Goes himself, but he's nailed in a head-on tackle, but he found the markers offside as Penrith continue to give these away. That's 4 now to the Sharks. Colhoun sends it left, spinning in the tackle here again. Kafusi, 2 metres short of halfway. Centre field, northern end. Brayley to the left. Trindle turns it on the inside to Billy Burns. Turns his back on the defence, but he's held up there by Sorensen. And now on the deck, also in there for Penrith, was Phillips. Now it's Nico Hines. Sends the ball in to Cronulla. 9 metres in Penrith's half, trailing 6 points to 0. Brayley goes to the left edge to Colhoun. He's caught 30 out from the Penrith line. Last play now for the Sharks, and it actually comes right this time to Nico Hines. He puts a kick over the top. Katoa flying through. Jenkins takes the ball well, and he's got it for Penrith. 8 metres out from his own line. Penrith 6, Cronulla Sutherland 0. 11 minutes left in the first half. Is now McLean with the hit up, and he's scored 14 out from his own line.
I tell you what, the Cronulla Sharks players need to go and give Blake Brayley a big cuddle, because the amount of trouble that he's got them out of individually in this half of footy is astonishing.
You know what he looks like, apart from being sharp and a great player? He looks really smart, doesn't he? He's intelligent plays. As now To'o plays it, it comes right to Paul Alamotti. Strong run, but he's hitting the deck 12 short of halfway. It comes away right to Cleary. This is the last. He had to evade a tackle, drills a kick down centre field, and Katoa has to go back to his goal line to pick it up. Heads up over the 10-metre line, and he steps past Cleary, but he's caught 14 out from his own line. It is 6-0 in favour of Penrith, as the Sharks have it now. Stonestreet. He's caught 22 out from his own line. Brian To'o scoring the only try of the game back in the 7th minute. Here's KL Iro towards centre field, who's scored 28 out from his own line. The text line, shout out to Bugsy in Townsville. He doesn't know how to use his TV, so he never misses a game on the wireless with you guys, Joey Kosaba. Hey, Bugsy, hopefully we're painting the pictures for you. Brayley sends the ball left this time, Kafusi. Tackled 8 metres short of halfway for the Sharks. Last play for Cronulla. Brayley to the left, Trindle drills a kick downfield. It's beyond Dylan Edwards. Bounces on the Penrith 10-metre line to the in-goal area. Edwards retrieves it now, heads back into the field of play, puts the step on, but Trindle's got him. 14 out from the Penrith goal line. 6-0 in favour of the Sharks. Down to the touchline we go. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, the Sharks have just used their third replacement, Sifa Talakai, so just one left out of Braden Uele, Hupupuru or Chris Vaiella for the Cronulla Sharks.
All right, mate, here's Penrith with the ball. 27 out from their own line. It's played by Jenkins. Comes centre field, they're clearing the tackle. A great offload to Edwards. Takes on Hines at his collar, ball and all. 9 metres short of halfway. Round the chest, says referee Klein. Kenny dummies left. Goes right. Cleary's had enough, has he? No, he takes on the defensive line. Then pops the ball away to the left edge to Talangi. And he's scored 2 metres in Sharks territory. Now the last play. Kenny to Penrith. Goes right to Cleary. Up she goes the kick despite the pressure coming through of Rudolph. Kennedy under it. He takes the catch. Papali'i takes him. 21 out from the Cronulla Sutherland goal line. 6-0 Penrith. The clock has misfired badly on the scoreboard here, but there'd be about 8 to go. And Matthew almost replicating each other of these sets of 6 at the moment.
This is an amazing game of football. If you're a listener and it's 6-0, you might think it's a little bit boring and mundane. It's anything else but that. This contest, the tempo, the ferocity of it is just blowing my mind.
It is one end to the other. Sharks now 8 short of halfway. Hero plays it to Brayley. Sends it centre field right, Talakai. Short ball away, Rudolph. And Toby's caught on halfway. 20 in from touch on the western side. Last tackle, Cronulla Sutherland down 6-0. Here's a kick downfield from Braden Trindall. Sends it deep. And Edwards takes it, stumbles, didn't lose it. 5 out from his own line. Sent the ball away to his right. He gets down low, beats a couple. And now wrapped up 23 out from his own line. It is incredible how he beats tackles, Brian To'o. Now it's Alamotti at first receiver. He's dragged down 14 short of halfway, eastern side. 6-0 in favour of Penrith. And there's some amount of time to go in this half as the Panthers are now 7 metres short of halfway. Ball's going to be played by Edwards. Kenny goes left to Yo. Isaiah Yo hitting a solid tackle. Put to the ground over the top by Kafusi and Rudolph on halfway. Or was Talakai and Rudolph. Cleary. Ball goes down, goes backwards, scooped up by Edwards, passes off the ground to Cleary. They've lost 10 metres away to Alamotti, but he scoots past Stone Street, over halfway, dragged to the ground by Trindall, 10 metres, and also in there was Burns, inside Sharks territory, western side. Cleary across field, midfield bomb. Jenkins comes through. He takes it, then sent a terrible pass, but he got a shove. He did. It's a shove against Jesse Ramian, and a penalty does go to the Panthers. The penalties are 2-1 in favour of Penrith. Talk about an act that was not needed to be committed, Matthew Elliott, by Jesse Ramian. And we have about 6.5 minutes to go. 6-0 Panthers, and they quickly take the restart as McLean's scored 9 out for the line.
You know that, Andrew. They've given up field position here inside the 10 metres as the Panthers shift the ball to their right-hand side.
There's Phillips with a dummy. Takes him on himself, the youngster. He gets to within a metre of the right post. Billy Phillips will play the ball to Kenny. Spins it away right deep to Cleary, away to Edwards. Cut out ball to To'o. To'o accelerates in that far side, but he's caught 2 metres out from the goal line and just in from touch. Now Alamotti dummy half to Cleary. Floats the ball away to Phillips. Turns it into Yo. Quick hands to Lungy. Floats a magic cut out pass. Great hand Jenkins. Steps past Hines to score. What about the pass from Lays to Lungy? Try to Penrith. Jenkins finishes it off. And it's Penrith 10, Cronulla Sutherland 0. They score in the western side of the field. 5 minutes 45 to go in the half. 10 block Panthers.
Wow, what about that pass? I've got to say, it wasn't a bad catch either, Andrew. He juggled it for a little bit there, so I thought, oh no, it's going to hit the ground. But Jenkins did a great job to get that ball. And Blaze Talani, take a bow. What a great ball.
And you're right, the catch deserves credit too, Drain. It happened almost in front of you, Michael Carianis, on the touchline.
Yeah, it was great ball, great vision. Obviously, the Sharks caught short, and the Jesse Ramian penalty shows the difference between the discipline of the two sides. In the last couple of minutes, there's been a couple of occasions where Isaiah Papali'i has timed his run to perfection in terms of tackling the Sharks, the player that catches the bomb, and then Jesse Ramian just clocks off for half a second. He could have just waited and then wrapped him up, but he didn't.
And Steve, what's going on here? Nathan Cleary has been in deep conversation with Dylan Edwards, to the point where the referee actually climbs out to say to Nathan, let's go.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he had an issue. He's got his left hamstring strapped up, so maybe he was having a conversation with Dylan Edwards, and sometimes the backup goalkeeper, discussing, who should attempt the conversion.
Dylan was obviously feeling confident. It's all yours, Skip. So he is lining this up, Nathan Cleary. No noticeable limp or anything. 20 metres out. 5 in from the western touchline. Penrith 10, Cronulla Sutherland 0. Saturday NRL here on ABC Sport with Matt Elliott, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore. Here's Cleary. His first shot was a beauty from the eastern touchline. A try he set up with a magnificent 40-20. So let's see if he's cobbled it all here, Nathan Cleary. Packed house here in Bathurst. Starts his approach, heads outside the 20. He strikes it, he likes it, he's kicked the goal. Nathan Cleary's having a night. He's 2 from 2. Penrith 12, Cronulla Sutherland 0 with about 5 minutes left in the half. On the text line, 0467 920 222. Tim in Lismore says more energy from MC, please. Michael, can you bring it for Tim in Lismore?
Sure, Tim. I've got you.
Enjoying the calls, boys. NRL getting better and better every year. High scores and end-to-end games. Panthers seem to be a different beast already this year. Dazza listening in Perth. Good on you, Dazza. Yeah, I agree. And also Max says, whilst I was pleased to see Alex Johnson break the record and the crowd get involved in the historic moment, I was unhappy to hear on the coverage earlier the people were being stupid and running into Ruan Sims. Yeah, that was very early on. Ruan is a national treasure and needs to be protected at all costs. Not good enough from those involved. Great to hear the ABC commentary team really hitting their straps in round 2. Love your work, guys and girls. Thank you, Max. As now it is Penrith. 18 now from their own line with this 12 points to 0 lead. Kenny sends it centre field left to Phillips, and he's going to be caught 24 out from his own goal line. Dummy half Kenny midway through the tackle count. Left to Papali'i, who's been good. He swung to the ground, 30 out from his own goal line. 3 minutes 30 to go in the half. Gee, it's been good footy. Cleary whacks a kick downfield. Katoa read it well. Drops back, takes it on the full on his own 20-metre line. Heads to the 30. Got away from the clean. Got away from Jenkins. Both come back at him to make the tackle. 11 short of halfway. By the way, Matthew Elliott, have you seen anything to worry you about Nathan Cleary with that leg?
No, not at all. I just watched the replay there on the television, and I think he was just getting involved in a conversation with Isaiah Yeo as well, so it was more a captain thing than not taking the kick.
Here's the hit up now from Tobias Eric Rudolph. He's smashed to the ground just short of halfway. And in there making the tackle was Yeo and Talangi. Now it's Hines at the line, offloads to his left. Joining the line was Trindle. He scored 7 metres in Penrith's half. Plays the ball to Brayley. Darts goes himself. Wrapped up 37 away from the Penrith line. Last tackle now for Cronulla Sutherland, down 12-0. It's played to Hines. Goes right Trindle. Boot the ball. You can hear that beautifully on Nathan Turnbull's sound effects. Well done Turnbuckle. Good catch by To'o in that far Sowie's corner. And he'll play 2 out from his own line. Penrith 12, Cronulla Sutherland 0. 2 minutes 20 to go in this first half. Now Edwards hits it up. And the clock's just back operating again. Matthew in the distance as the Panthers side. With those 2 tries, good distance apart, but they just build pressure. Garner plays it. Comes left to Lindsay Smith. He's caught 17 out from his own line for the Panthers. Here's a penalty. And coming around in the tackle, says Ashley Klein. Penalty, Penrith only the 4th of the game. 3 of them though to Penrith. And Nathan Cleary drop punts it over this western touchline. 10 short of halfway. So Penrith here, Padre get a chance to attack.
Absolutely, Andrew, and I expect them to come at this right-hand defensive unit of the Cronulla Sharks at some stage during this set, for sure.
Creating havoc there, aren't they? Here's play 2. It comes to the right to Papali'i. He's poked his head through, but he's caught 38 metres out from the Cronulla goal line. There by Ramian. Kenny goes right to Yeo. He dummies at the line and straightens Isaiah Yeo. Great run. Put down 24 metres out from the line. Penrith attacking up 12 block. Kenny goes right to Cleary. Back in the inside to Garner. And Luke Garner's going to be taken by Burns. Ball comes free. And he dives after it. Garner. He's come back up with it. 6 more tackles. Got the pass to Nathan Cleary. And he strolls over to score in front of the hill at the northern end. Well, Cronulla stopped playing 1 minute and 1 second to go. Penrith 16, Cronulla Sutherland 0. And was that a case? Roy Slavin always said, his coach of the Lithgow Shamrocks said play to the whistle or buttock the thistle. They play to the whistle, Penrith, and they lead 16 block.
Well, what happened there, Andrew, was a strip in the play, which got a 6 again call. It was done one-on-one by Billy Burns. I'm not sure if there was a knock on there at some point, but
Jenkins showed, Luke Garner showed great resolve to almost do freestyle laps to go over the bouncing ball and recover it for Penrith.
Yeah, he did a great job. And what about that 40-minute effort from Nathan Cleary? That's what you call leadership, Andrew, multiplied by 700.
Cleary again in a meeting with Isaiah Yeo this time. Gets a drink of water and will line up the conversion. Michael Carianis is on the touchline.
Yeah, again, it was just full desperation from Luke Garner to get to that bouncing ball and retained it, and Nathan Cleary push it up in support. And, you know, this 18-0 lead will be 18-0 at the halftime break is probably a better reflection of the score and probably a better reflection of the opening half, because, you know, 6-0 Cronulla would have taken that for sure given how much they were on the back foot, but Penrith definitely deserved.
Like I said after the first try, MC, this is so Penrith, isn't it?
Yeah, this is clinical tonight.
And 2 tries in a hurry near half-time.
Hang on.
Haven't awarded it yet. Well, Ashley Klein has awarded it, but Cleary not allowed to take the conversion. You know, if referee Klein says time off, this will be disallowed. Huge call right now from Chris Butler in the bunker. Will it be taken off Penrith? Try Warded made it 16-0. Kick would make it 18-0. Now it's been confirmed. So that took a while. But it is 16-0 Panthers, and here's Nathan Cleary, 10 out right in front. And he'll just mark it out again. He fooled me there. Siren's already sounded. 3 tries here in the first half for Penrith. They have not yet conceded a point in a game and a half. Cleary moves in from right in front of the northern end, and he makes no mistake. Right between the sticks, he's 3 out of 3, and Penrith will go into half-time with a commanding 18 points to 0 lead over Cronulla Sutherland, who Matthew Elliott in that first half did show the ability to get downfield. They did not show the ability to crack the Penrith line when it mattered most.
Absolutely, they showed some great resilience in their effort, but wow, what about that Penrith team? Just their resolve, their patience, their belief in what they're doing is just oozing out of them tonight.
They had 53% of the ball in the first half, the Panthers, and they scored the only 3 tries. Brian To'o scored in the 7th minute. Next point's not until the try to Tom Jenkins in the 35th minute off that amazing pass by Blaze Talangi. And Jenkins, great catch as well. And then Nathan Cleary scoring after a great bit of work from Luke Garner in the 39th minute. Nathan Cleary, 3 goals from 3 attempts, 4 restarts for Penrith. Nothing on the scoreboard for Cronulla Sutherland. They've had 3 restarts, and the penalties are 3-1 in favour of Penrith.
I'll tell you what, Andrew, you spoke to Matt Cameron earlier in the day, or we had the opportunity, and he talked about this was their first pre-season in a long time, where they had Nathan Cleary, Dylan Edwards, Isaiah Yeo at the front. Can you see that that's actually coming out on the field? Their contribution in that first 40 minutes is absolutely mind-blowing. Those 3 players, wow.
Well, they look every bit the team that played 5 grand finals in a row and won 4 in a row, Michael Carianis. Down to you on the touchline.
They just look fresh, and that's not something, you know, given the amount of footy and high-quality football they've played over the last couple of years, it was eventually going to take its toll, but they just look fresh. They look faster, they look fitter, and they're way more clinical than the Cronulla Sharks. And again, this is the concern with Cronulla. They dominated our side last week in the Gold Coast Titans, who many have as a bottom 4 side, and then they come up against the big guns, and they've just been blown off the park once again.
Now on the text line, 0467920222. What's the lightning like there? It looks really dark in the corners and in goal areas. Yeah, Matt and MC certainly agree with that. It is not as bright as you get at most grounds in New South Wales or Queen or Sydney and Brisbane anyway. Great call. Power is out in Gloucester, New South Wales. House is dark, candle burning, ABC NRL on the radio. Perfect. Jason from Gloucester. I hope you get your power back soon. Jason, keep listening to us. 0467920222. Checking on scores around the grounds. Now in Queensland Cup second half, Northern Pride playing the Seagulls, and Northern Pride leading that game by 30 points to 22. That's in the second half. Late 30-24 now. Seagulls kick the goal. In the Rugby Union first half, it's 7-all between Queensland and New South Wales. 7-all in the first half. AFL half-time. It's all the Sydney Swans thrashing the Brisbane Lions 66-18 at half-time. Earlier wins for Geelong and the Western Bulldogs. Collingwood playing Adelaide. They're into the second quarter. The Crows leading by 21 points to 18 over Collingwood. NBL semi-final game 2 with the Sydney Kings leading Perth Wildcats 1 blot. Best of 5 series and the Wildcats are in front in the first quarter in Perth 23-22. Full time in the A-League Women, Melbourne Victory has beaten the Western Sydney Wanderers 1-0. And in the netball final quarter, it's all the Adelaide Thunderbirds leading the New South Wales Swifts 64-46. You're with Matthew Elliott, Michael Carianis. I'm Andrew Moore. Earlier today, West Tigers far too good for North Queensland, winning 44 points to 16. And in Wollongong, Melbourne 46 beat St George Illawarra 23 tries to exciting Storm fullback Sui Fa'alongo. Here it's 18-0, Penrith over Cronulla. Back with more after the ABC Newsroom.
ABC News with David Rollins. There's still no indication of what role a US Marine Expeditionary Force would serve in the Gulf region. Larry Buttrose has more.
Unnamed US officials say thousands of troops are being sent to the region from Japan. They say the Pentagon is also sending the amphibious assault ship USS Tripoli to join the substantial US armada already off the coast of Iran. The move comes as the US-Israeli war on Iran enters its third week. In another development, US President Donald Trump says US strikes have obliterated all defences on strategic Haag Island in the Persian Gulf, which is the conduit for about 90% of Iran's oil exports. He says its oil facilities were not hit, with Iran threatening dire reprisals for regional oil facilities if they are.
Meantime, video verified by the Reuters news agency shows a fire burning at the US Embassy building in the Iraqi capital Baghdad, sending dark plumes of smoke into the sky. It follows a missile strike on the sprawling complex in the fortified green zone of the capital. It's the latest strike in the Middle East as the US-Israeli conflict with Iran continues to broaden across the region. Petrol companies have been asked to meet with the consumer watchdog amid soaring prices at the Bowser. Motorists have been paying over $2 a litre due to the war in the Middle East. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission has found retail prices moved in line with higher wholesale prices on the same day, rather than a few days later, as is usual practice. Shadow Energy Minister Dan Tehan says those ripping off customers need to be pulled into line.
What we now need to make sure is where there has been gouging, that the ACCC does act. And my hope is that if anyone is gouging, that the ACCC will take firm action.
Remote communities in the Northern Territory remain underwater as the town of Katherine begins the clean-up from their second worst flood on record. George Nicol has the story.
The NT Chief Minister says that every building in the remote community of Nauru is submerged, with many flooded up to their roofs. It's the biggest flood the community has ever seen, and the second time this year that residents have been evacuated from the town due to major flooding. Meanwhile, flooding has subsided in Katherine and other smaller communities. The NT government has requested military assistance to help with cleanup efforts. Leah Finocchiaro said this morning that $1.1 million worth of relief payments had been issued, with more to come.
Still in the top end, where around 60 people have attended a traditional dance to welcome the King and Queen of Denmark to the Uluru-Katajuta National Park in the Northern Territory upon their arrival in Australia. Victoria Ellis is there.
A sea of white umbrellas and people huddled in rain jackets fan around a red dirt dancing space. The onlookers are watching the King Frederick and Queen Mary watch in Inma, the local Ananu name for traditional dance, to welcome their majesties to the area. The dance features singing in language, then using clapsticks, and women wearing black clothes with headdresses and yellow, red and white stringing hanging from their waists. It's the first leg of the royal couple's 6-day visit to Australia.
A 47-year-old man has died in an accident at an alumina factory in WA's southwest. Emergency services were called to the Worsley refinery near Collie at around 3:45 this morning. The man was declared dead at the scene. Police are preparing a report for the coroner, and WorkSafe WA has opened an investigation. The refinery's owner, South32, says non-critical work has been suspended at the site and the company has been assisting authorities. To sport, and Australia's women's soccer team, the Matildas, will face China in the semi-finals of the Asian Cup after the Steel Roses fought to a 2-0 extra-time victory over Chinese Taipei at Perth Rectangular Stadium. China dominated much of the game but had to wait until extra time to break the deadlock, with Shou Ziqin curling home from the edge of the penalty area before an own goal sealed their progression. The Australia-China semi-final will be played on Tuesday in Perth, while Chinese Taipei will play off for world qualification on the Gold Coast on Thursday. Australian snowboarder Ben Tudhope says he didn't expect to win a second medal at the Milano Cortina Paralympic Games. The 26-year-old has claimed a bronze in the banked slalom after grabbing a silver medal in the snowboard cross earlier. Tudhope says he can't believe how well he's performed in Italy.
So stoked on today and this whole games, and yeah, today was just so much fun, and to come away with this bronze medal is insane.
ABC News.
12 teams, 3 cities, 1 dream.
Great touch on edge of the box, right foot strike, and 6 scores! Unbelievable!
ABC Listen, your home of the AFC Women's Asian Cup Australia 2026.
Dribbles to the edge of the area, strikes! Oh, it's in! What a wonderful goal!
One match live every day. Every Matildas game, every final. On ABC Listen. Just look for the green and gold Asian Cup button.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Penrith get 30 out from their own line. Kenny has open side right. Let's get out of here. Kick from Nathan Cleary. Looking for a 40-20. Oh, it's brilliant. That's really like Tanner Boyd last night. What a kick by Cleary. He finds touch 10 metres out from the goal line. Or make it 15. And Penrith get the chance to go on the attack here. No score, but what a kick. What a play by Nathan Cleary. A metre away. Now Kenny goes right to Cleary. Dylan Edwards, quick hand away to oh, he's over. Brian Toll scores in the corner. And Penrith on the back of a magnificent 40-20 by Nathan Cleary opened the scoring despite being under the pump in the first few minutes. Now Alamotti dummy half to Cleary. Floats the ball away to Phillips. Turns it into Yo. Quick hands to Lungy. Floats a magic cut out pass. Great hand Jenkins. Steps past Hines to score. What about the pass from Blaze to Lungy? Try to Penrith. Jenkins finishes it off. Goes right to Cleary. Back in the inside to Garner. And Luke Garner's going to be taken by Burns. Ball comes free. And he dives after it. Garner has come back up with it. 6 more tackles. Got the pass to Nathan Cleary. And he strolls over to score in front of the hill at the northern end.
ABC Sports coverage of the NRL Premiership on your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio and ABC Listen.
Penrith certainly pleasing the full house crowd here at Carrington Park in Bathurst with the 18-0 lead over Cronulla Sutherland at halftime with those 3 tries. Matthew Elliott, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. Let me ask you this, Matthew Elliott. What impresses you more in this first game and a half from Penrith? The fact that they've not conceded a point or the fact that they've scored 44 of them?
Both. No, we're just seeing that team that we haven't seen for 12 months, Andrew, reappear tonight. And their ruthlessness, potency, just relentlessness is just blowing me away.
As I said in the call to Michael, this has been quintessential Penrith for me.
Yes.
Their ability to absorb pressure. They have that amazing 40-20 kick from Cleary and score, and then nothing doing, and they strike 2 tries in a 3 or 4 minute period just before halftime. That's Penrith at its best.
Absolutely, Andrew. And I've got to say, Cronulla have played really good footy for most of that half. You know, again, there's no team that are beating Penrith tonight. I just can't. Tell me who would compete with this team tonight.
And they have to score first, second half. So, they have to. Michael Carianis is down on the touchline. MC, well, I mean, they've been so impressive, Penrith. They were off to such a bad start last year, but this is chalk and cheese to a year ago.
It is, Andrew. As I said at the halftime, they just look fresh, right? And their skill level is unmatched. You look at their ability of the interchange of passing. I'm not just talking about, Zio, Nathan Cleary. It's all the players on the field, and that's why they're able to move the ball so quickly, because of their pinpoint accuracy, and they really stretch the defensive line thin. because of that. So they'll be able to spread the ball, I think, quicker than any side in the competition. Their interchange of passing is elite, and that's what really challenges defensive lines.
So, Matt, is there a way out of this for the Sharks? I mean, it's 18-0, it's not 800-0, but is there a way out against Penrith?
Absolutely, there is a way out of it, Andrew, but I'm really trying hard to imagine how that happens against a team that is as ruthless and as driven as this Penrith team. It's going to be very difficult. I tell you what they do need to do if they want to start that their right-hand defensive unit really needs to get their act together because they got an absolute bath in that first half.
Casey McLean against Jesse Ramian, it's 100-0, isn't it?
Oh, you're being polite. So they really need, to get that fixed up. And that's not just one player. That whole unit needs to get their act together.
Now, Sharks first team back. They head to the southern end of Carrington Park. Around the grounds, full-time Queensland Cup. Northern Pride has beaten the Seagulls 30 points to 24. Super Rugby half-time. Queensland Reds and the Waratahs 7-all. AFL half-time. Swans 66. Brisbane Lions 18. Second quarter, the Crows 28, leading Collingwood 24. Game 2 of the National Basketball League semi-final series. Perth Wildcats in the second quarter, leading the Kings 32 to 27. And now full-time in the netball, and the Adelaide Thunderbirds have thrashed the New South Wales Swifts by 74 to 54 over in Adelaide. 74 to 54, a 20-goal margin after the Melbourne Mavericks knocked over the GWS Giants 61-52 earlier in the day in Melbourne. So it'll be Penrith to kick off by the right boot of Dylan Edwards with an 18-0 lead over the Sharks. And Penrith has won, 9 of the last 10 against Cronulla Sutherland. But head-to-head since 1967, there's only one game of difference, right?
And it's about to be, if the scoreline doesn't change, Andrew, it'll be all level.
So Dylan Edwards to get play underway. Last 40 minutes on this Saturday of NRL action. Tomorrow we're on air from midday, Australian Eastern Daylight Time at Brookvale Oval, leading into the 4 p.m. game between Manly Warringah and Newcastle. Luke Lewis, John Gibbs and MC will join me out there. Now from the kick return, the Sharkies 13 out from their own line. Brayley goes right to left to Katoa. He's dragged to the ground, 17 metres out from his own line. Plays the ball to Brayley, who was a real standout again for the Sharks in that first 40 minutes. He sends the pass left. Cronulla 28 out from their own goal line. Now Kafusi plays it. It comes centre field right. And Talakai, the hit up, he's fell. He's quarter halfway. Cronulla Sutherland territory. Caught there by Phillips and Yo. Brayley sends the ball right. Bumping into the fence, Colhoun. 8 short of halfway. Last tackle now for Cronulla. As Brayley goes left to Trendle. He boots it downfield. Dylan Edwards drifts to his right with the catch. 6 metres out from his own line. Heads over the 10. Then to the 20-metre line. And he's going to be caught 23 out from his own goal line. So Penrith gets its first touch of this second half with an 18-0 lead. Cleary's a dummy half. Sends it left to Jenkins. Then he got the pass away to Lungy to McLean. And Casey's taken over the top by Nickera. 2 others, including Ramian, were there. And he stood in the tackle, McLean, 28 out from his own line. Talangi, dummy half, goes right to Isaiah Papali'i. He's tackled. No, the ball comes out the back to McLean. Down that left edge again. Finally tackled, 6 short of halfway. Played quickly to Jenkins. He dummies, goes himself. Nickera swings into the ground right on halfway. Played to Kenny. Goes right to Yo. Yo's been brilliant. Gets straight through one tackle attempt. That was Kafusi. Now tackled, 37 out for the goal line. Last tackle Panthers. Kenny stumbled a dummy half. Got the pass eventually though away to Cleary. Up goes the kick to the wing of Stone Street with a great catch in the southwest corner. Sharks have it 12 out from their own line. Matthew Elliott 18-0 in favour of the Panthers.
Well, the first half started with an arm wrestle, Andrew, and it's rinse and repeat in this second half. But this time it's Penrith dominating the field position, not the Sharks.
2 minutes gone in this second period. The Sharkies with it. 24 out from their own line, and they'll know full well that to have any hope of stopping this Penrith juggernaut, they need to score first in this half. Hero, centre field, taken. 30 out from his own goal line. Phillips was in there again with Yo, and then he dropped the ball trying to play it. did Jesse Ramey. He has not had a great night. So it's going to be a Penrith scrum feed. 30 out from the Cronulla-Sutherland line. Not the mistake you're looking for. 2.5 gone second half. 18-0 Penrith.
Yeah, 3 plays into a set, Andrew, and you're only 35 metres out from your half. Billy Burns also copped a bit of a whack in that last set, and he's hobbling around. So they've got another player who's a little vulnerable out there as well.
So the scrum packing. Cleary will feed it right in the centre of the ground. 34 out. Comes out Penrith's way as Kenny fires the ball away left. And it's going to be Jenkins who's tackled. 24 out from the goal line. He plays it now to Kenny. They go short side left to Cleary. Show and go. Dragged to the ground only 10 metres out. Exploded through the defensive line. Played to Kenny. Open side right to Edwards. Then to Billy Phillips. And Phillips, good driving run to within a couple of metres of the goal line. Another chance here for Penrith. They look for try number 4. Kenny. He'll send it open side right to Cleary. Floats a cut-out pass away. Alamotti flick ball. Back it goes now to the winger, To'o. And To'o in the tackle. Floats it along the ground. Scooped up by Alamotti. He breaks free of one tackle. Got away from Kennedy, Paul Alamotti. And finally put to the ground 8 metres out. There's a few Panthers out there with spiders on them at the moment. Kenny to the left. Yo got the pass away to Billy Phillips. Flick pass back to Kenny to Cleary. Cleary thought about a kick. Goes out the back instead. McLean away to Jenkins. He reaches out. Can he get that down? What a finish, Tom Jenkins. Old Milky strikes again. Try to Penrith. Penrith 22. Cronulla-Sutherland 0. 4 minutes 10 gone second half. If that is confirmed, that is a stunning finish from Tom Jenkins.
A stunning finish, Andrew, from can only be described as a great team try. They start over here on this right-hand side of the field. There's offloads, followed by more offloads, and players just following the ball the whole way around. They break the ball down in the middle of the field. You'll never believe it. But Nathan Cleary gets the ball and shifts it to his left like a bullet. And again, the finish by the winger is just perfect.
Let's go downstairs. Michael Carianis. What a start to this second half for Penrith as Jesse Ramey and the Sharks pay the price.
Yeah, what a start again. It's the interchange of passing from the Penrith Panthers and their ability to do it at speed. It's 22-0, and this could get very ugly very quickly for the Sharks unless they can find some way to get back in the arm wrestle and just repel what the Panthers are throwing at them. At the moment, they've got no answers.
Tell you what, MC, last year was the year of tight games, big comebacks, incredible finishes. So far this year, early, we're only in round 2. It's blowout time.
It's blowout city at the moment in the NRL, Andrew, and it's very difficult at the moment to wrestle momentum away from the sides. We're seeing an increase in set restarts and teams on the back foot, and you just get punished now. And we saw Jesse Ramey spill his lollies a couple of minutes ago, and his side got punished.
The stories about today that you like blowouts, Michael. So here's the kick coming from Nathan Cleary, 20 metres out. A metre in from the eastern touchline. Enjoying watching teams at their very best. Here's Cleary. Penrith 22, Cronulla-Sutherland 0. What a performance by the Panthers so far. Here's Cleary, 3 from 3. This is his 3rd from the touchline, by the way. Right in front of the far hill. He moves into Cleary. He strikes it, and he likes it, and he kicks it again. What a game he's having. 4 out of 4 with a boot. Penrith 24, Cronulla-Sutherland 0 here at Carrington Park in Bathurst, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, Andrew, and I think MC summed it up really well there. The next 10 minutes can be a little bit scary here because all the momentum at the moment is with the Panthers. If the Sharks can't show some resolve here, they might get blown out of this city.
So here is the restart for Cronulla. On the text line, Panthers' mental toughness puts the icing on their skills, says Paul. Mark says Michael Bronson Sherry will be playing for the Dogs on Thursday. Kickoff goes downfield, returned by Penrith. 14 out for their own line. Michael, what is the latest on that Bronson Sherry situation?
Yeah, as we alluded to, Andrew, there was a discussion between the Bulldogs and the Bronson Sherry camp during the week. It's my understanding that he was told that there's no long-term future for him at Cronulla. The report surfaced today that he'd asked for an immediate release. Phil Gould has tried to hose that down, but yeah, all is not well, so I'd be surprised if Bronson Cherry's named for the Bulldogs this week.
All right, thank you, mate. We'll be down there in Canberra on Thursday night, myself, Michael and Alan Tung. The Canberra against Canterbury Bankstown. Now Penrith Kenny goes right to Yo. He's caught 11 metres short of halfway, and it's a set restart for Penrith as well. That is their 5th of the evening. They advance the footy beyond the halfway line, centre field. Edwards plays it to Kenny. He goes for a trot, then sends it left, and Talangi's knocked to the ground. About 9 metres inside Sharks territory. 24-0 Penrith. Comes short side left away to Papali'i. He beat one tackle. That was Talakai. Now he's caught. About 30 out. 5 in from the eastern touchline. It comes to the right to Talangi. Bang, down he goes, courtesy of Talakai and Kafusi. 25 out from the Sharks goal line. Penrith looking for a 5th try. Comes to the right. Through hands. Joe away. Cleary. Then away to Garner. He's caught only 16 out. Last play Penrith. Ball played and out of dummy half. Sorensen goes left to Cleary. Crossfield kick looking for Jenkins. Jenkins flew high. Didn't come down with anything. And then kicks the ball back to McLean in the far corner. Have they scored a freak try, Penrith? We're going to the bucket, says Ash Klein.
I have no try. Now, when the ball's on the ground, Thomas Jenkins grabs one of the Sharks players. Confirm there is interference.
So if that's the case, it would be a penalty to Cronulla Sutherland. And the score would remain at 24-0 in favour of Penrith.
Looking at Thomas Jenkins, who jumps over the Shark early, interfering with his ability to take any part in the play. He actually pulls his jersey now, taking him out, which is a penalty. We have a decision.
Well, it sounds like he got that wrong about 18 ways till Tuesday, Tom Jenkins. So it will be a penalty to Cronulla. No try, and Matthew will remain 24-0. We had no hope of seeing precisely what happened down there. It's so far away. So it's no try.
I tell you what I did see is the footy IQ of Nathan Cleary and Wykes through the roof. Offload, and then he could have overplayed his hand there, but he knew exactly what the tackle count was. Puts the ball on his boot. While Jenkins didn't do a great job of it, it was an ideal kick. He's just blowing my mind tonight.
Trindle finds touch, 25 out from his own line. And what can Cronulla do here? They're down 24 blot. Warming up here for the Sharkies on that western touch line is Puru. As Cronulla Sutherland now 15 short of halfway. Couple of tackles into the set. Ball's going to be played to Brayley. He goes left to Rudolph. Toby's over the 40. 3-man tackle headed up by Garner. Bring him down 8 metres short of halfway. Centre field. Brayley goes right to Nico Hines. Then he got a short ball away. Through hands it comes. Hero tackle. 38 metres out from the goal line, or it's Ramian out there, I should say. He plays the ball now. Brayley goes open side left. Hines away to Trindle. Short ball away. Kafusi. He straightens and down he goes. 32 out from the Penrith line. Last tackle, Cronulla Sutherland. Brayley goes right. Trindle the kick from 31 metres out. The chase is on. Billy Burns heads it with Hero. Up goes Edwards with the catch. And he's felled 8 metres out from his own line. Penrith 24. Cronulla Sutherland 0. And now Matthew Elliott. They've gone 128 and a half minutes in season 2026 without conceding a point to Panthers.
Yeah, that was a really good set there by the Sharks. Definitely their best of the second half. But we're seeing the exit strategy by the Penrith Panthers as they come out of their own territory. Who else but Dylan Edwards?
Got 30 out from his own line. Comes right to Paul Alamotti. Steps straight through one. Got 8 short of halfway. The lack of confidence you had when you said that surname. Dylan, you almost whisked it. Kick downfield, spiralling kick. It goes over the head of Xiaomi Mi. Might be too much. It is over the touching goal line. So instead of a good kick, it's a 20-metre tap for Cronulla Sutherland and a 7-tackle set. Let's go down to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, 7-tackle set from the Sharks, and they need that. They look gassed, and that's because of all the defensive workload that they've had to endure in this game, the first half in particular. But they just don't look likely at all. Last week we saw Braden Trindle produce one of his best performances of his career, arguably his best. He hasn't been sighted at all this evening.
9 minutes 30 gone second half. 24-0 to Penrith. Sharks now 8 metres short of halfway, and the set restart given away. That was dumb from Penrith. It comes to the right now as the tackle's made about 2 metres inside Penrith territory on Puru. Played to Brayley, goes right to Hines, back on the inside to Rudolph, and he's going to be caught 38 metres out from the Penrith Panthers line. Brayley, centre field, goes right to Trindle. Then he gets the pass back on the inside. A one-hander back to Trindle. Keeps it alive left to Puru. Up to centre he goes, but he's nailed. 24 out from the line. Brayley goes back to the right. They're living out there across to Nico Hines. He steps past one. Dragged down only 6 metres out from the line for the Sharkies, looking for their first points. Played to Brayley. Goes left to Puru. Juggled it. Recovered it. Takes on the defence up the middle, but he's contained out 8 metres out from the line. Last tackle Sharks. Brayley dummy half. Goes left to Trindle. Trindle plays it out the back. Kennedy away, Stone Street. Then he got a great pass back on the inside to Kennedy, but he's short. Penrith survive again somehow. Changeover. Penrith 24, Cronulla Sutherland 0 with 29 and a half to go.
Well, the Sharks popped the cork there, Andrew, and asked some really good questions coming down their left-hand side. But what about the scramble defence yet again from the Penrith Panthers? Amazing.
On the text line, Andrew Matt MC, I'm angry and frustrated at my team. That's Jody and Mackay. He's a mad Cowboys fan. I don't blame you. They're very, very ordinary in the start of the season. As now Penrith 15 metres out from their own line. Right, Raiders will beat Doggies next round. This happened last year when Canberra lost 40-odd to 12. So Canberra will wake up, hopefully. And Lanny said to the Sharks, know the game has started. Here's Penrith on their own 30-metre line with this 24-0 lead, having led 18-0 at half-time. As Moses Leota back on the field. Played it to Kenny. He sent the ball away left edge to Cogger. He plays a 12 short of halfway. Jack Cogger on the field. Now it's Cleary looking for a 40-20. Getting a boot to it is Sam Stone Street, and he kicks it about 15 metres to his right back to Kennedy. He passed to Stone Street, and he's caught about 12 out from his own line. 4-0 to the Panthers. The crowd applauding here as Isaiah Yeo gets a breather, and Penrith gives away another set restart. And that's the fifth now going to Cronulla. Ruck infringement. 35 out from their own goal line. Brayley again short side right to Britton Nickera. That's where they think they can catch them. Every player's on that eastern side. Brayley goes that way again, and Ramian beats one tackle. He goes up over the Penrith 40 and he's contained 12 metres in Penrith's half. Eventually to his feet. Played to Blake Brayley. Darts across field. Sends one out the back to Trindle. The defence was waiting for him, and he's gone down to the ground. 37 out, courtesy of Smith and Cleary. Played to Brayley. Goes right to galloping Hines with a short ball on to Puru. He's scored 29 out from the line. Centre field, northern end. Last tackle here for the Sharks. Brayley goes left to Trindle, the kick from 29 metres out, and it's a wobbly looking thing. The ball tapped backwards by Penrith. Edwards got there, but they've knocked it on Penrith. Another set for Cronulla, 10 metres out. Are the points going to come here and now? 13 gone second half, and it's 24-0 to Penrith.
Well, someone asked whether the Sharks are here and have started the game. I can tell you, they are running as hard as they can possibly run. The speed of contact and the intent from the Sharks team is great. Just Penrith's defence is relentless. They just keep showing up left, right and centre. They've got to ask some major questions in that set. Can they keep answering it on their try line, Andrew?
So they keep defending at Penrith, but now what an opportunity. Hines goes left to KL Iro. Iro head down, bum up, straight through. Alamotti now caught 7 out from the line. 10 in from touch in the northwest corner by Cleary. Played to Brayley. 15-metre pass to his right to Trindle. Back on the inside to Rudolph. But the defence comes. Cogger, one of 3 defenders there. 8 metres out from the Penrith line. In line with the left upright. Brayley goes to his right, or a juggle, and possession retained here by Cronulla. Kafusi, I thought he was going to cough it up. Brayley to the left. Nico Hines away to Iro. He accelerates into Alamotti and Cleary and tackled. 6 out, 2 in from touch. Couple of tackles left for the Sharks. Stone Street fires it away to his right to Hines away. Centre field, Puru with a right foot step. Puts the fend on tackle, 15 out. Last tackle, Penrith. Ball played to Brayley. Picks it up one-handed. Dummies goes himself. Puts it on the toe. And getting back there in goal is Casey McLean. Goal line drop out Penrith. In the end, it wasn't a bad kick to potentially get a repeat set. 24-0 to Penrith, and we've got 26 minutes to go. We check in downstairs. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Sharks about to make their 5th change. Adam Finnell-Blake to come onto the field for Oregon Kafusi.
All right, thank you, MC. No doubt a short line drop out coming from Cleary, but the defence again just proving up to every task, Matthew.
Absolutely, Andrew. You did ask where Braden Trindle is. I don't know if nobody's touched the ball in the last 2 sets.
Oh, here's a knock-on from Cronulla from the short line drop-out. I think in the end it's a knock-on both ways, but the first one came from Cronulla, meaning a Penrith scrum feed, 15 out from their own line, and they'll get the footy back after all of that. They've had 54% of the ball, but the last 3 or 4 minutes it's been all Cronulla.
Absolutely, Andrew, but there's a Nathan Cleary. He does have the different option on his short drop-out. He does one where he slams it along the ground. And
that was that one, right?
And that was that one, and it's he doesn't miss it, and it's coming at you at speed and skidding off the ground. So that was a tough one to regain, and they didn't quite do it.
Penrith wins the scrum, and Kenny sends the ball to the right side, and Penrith have it inside their 20s. Alamotti now driven back. Around the ground, Super Rugby second half. Queensland and the Waratahs still locked at 7. AFL third quarter. Swans 73, thrashing the Brisbane Lions 32. Half-time, Adelaide Crows 35 away, leading Collingwood 32. Half-time in the NBL semi-final game 2. Must win for Perth. The Wildcats leading the Sydney Kings 46-43. Now it's Penrith over their 20. Phillips plays it. Goes away left edge again to their 30-metre line, Penrith. Slow and steady in this set. Papali'i plays it to Kenny, goes right to Edwards, holds it up for Phillips. Ball knocked down, I thought, by Cronulla, but the decision is a knock on Penrith. And they've both got challenges left, should they think they warrant one, Penrith, but no. It's just an error from the Panthers, a rare one, and Cronulla Sutherland will get the scrum feed. 33 out from the Penrith line, right in centre field at the northern end of the ground with 23 and a half to go.
Yeah, Dylan Edwards would be a bit disappointed in his decision-making there, making that pass on the line, coming out of their own territory. Can the Sharks take advantage of this field position this time, Andrew?
Well, Brayley from the scrum win sends a ball away to his right, and Sione Katoa is tackled by McLean. 24 out from the goal line. Brayley sends it left to Adam Fanua-Blake. Good strong run. Scored 15 out from the Penrith line. Brayley dummy half. Goes left to Puru. Turns it back on the inside to Rudolph. Rudolph spins in the tackle of Leota. Edwards in there as well. 5 metres out from the goal line. Sharks looking for first points. Brayley spins it deep right to Kennedy. Kennedy turns it back on the inside to Nickera. Through one, but again felled. 7 metres out from the line. Brayley awaits. Just open side left, short ball Puru runs straight through one, but he's taken still a few metres out. And is that Penrith play in trouble? Michael Carianis, down to you on the touchline.
Yeah, I think it's Jack Cogger who's just come onto the field. Yeah, it is Jack Cogger. Yeah, he'll have to come from the field now. So Isaiah was playing in that sort of middle third, Jack Cogger, but Isaiah's got the interchange card ready to come back on.
Yeah, it was a courageous effort by Cogger, who gives away a fair bit in size and weight to Puru, but took him on head-on, and maybe the head just got in the wrong spot. So he's going for an HIA, and it looks like, as Michael suggested, Yo will come on. Jesse Colquhoun replaces Toby Rudolph for Cronulla. That is their 6th interchange. Cogger is coming off. Yo is coming on as Cogger goes for an HIA, and Puru will play the ball for the Sharkies, who trail 24 points to 0. 1 tackle to go in this set. 17 and a bit gone second half. From the play the ball, Brayley to the right, Trindle drifts across field away to Kennedy. Kennedy to Katoa, missed tackle out there. Katoa for the goal line. Can he get it down? Yes, the drought's broken. They're in, the Sharks. Sione Katoa scores in the northeast corner. Again, the furthest part from where we are. Try to the Sharks. Penrith 24, Cronulla Sutherland 4. Here at Carrington Park, 22 and a half to go, and in the end, it was just too much possession for the Sharks on the Penrith line.
Yeah, and it was a nice play shifted out over there, and it was pretty hard to see from where we are to see exactly who executed that play, but Penrith defence just got a little bit fractured on that left side defensively with a couple of players coming out of the line. I think one of them was it Casey McLean? Yes, it was. Came out of the line just a little bit too far, exposed his winger, and the try scored in that very far touchline.
Yeah, he beat one, dived over and gets it down by the look of it. Sione Katoa, meaning Nico Hines will attempt the conversion right on that eastern touchline. 25 out. Can he match the goal kicking we've seen from Nathan Cleary, who's been perfect 4 out of 4, and 3 of them from the touchline? Nico Hines' first shot of the night. The first point scored against Penrith this year, coming after, now I've got to do math, 138 minutes.
Wow.
Ish.
and it was in the corner.
Right in the corner. But if Nico kicks this, they're 3 converted tries behind. They've given themselves a chance. Check in with MC after the kick. Here's Nico. Right in front of the crowd on the hill. A few Sharks fans, actually. He strikes it. Heading towards the post. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. That's massive. 3 converted tries, the difference. Penrith 24. Cronulla, Sutherland 6. Down to you, Michael, on the touchline.
Yeah, just confirmation Jack Cogger won't be back. It's being diagnosed as a Category 1 concussion, so his short-lived stint, he's over.
How long do we reckon he was on the field for? 4 minutes?
Yeah, I was going to say less than 5.
Thank you, mate. Michael Carrianas downstairs. 24-6 to the Panthers. A reminder, we're with you until 10 p.m. Australian Eastern Daylight Time. Another hour and a bit. And we'll wrap up those other games in that period. Wrap up all the scores from all the sports for you. And your texts remain welcome. 0467 920 222. Kickoff goes downfield. Caught right on the goal line by Trindle. He sends it away right side. And the Sharkies are 10 out from their own line. On the text line, 0467 920 222. To save electricity, I wonder whether the NRL needs to include opposition teams on the scoreboard during Penrith matches in 2026. Bogger from Rocky, the scariest thing about this match is Cronulla would probably beat most teams in the comp with their performance. That's how good the Panthers are going. I think the comp's on notice. Thank you, Bogger. Here's the Sharkies, 14 short of halfway. Ball played. Brayley scoots from dummy half. He's been dangerous all night. Wrapped up here, 3 metres short of halfway. There's a good tackle coming in from Phillips, who's been impressive. Play down the last. Kennedy goes left to Trindle. He puts boot the ball. Dylan Edwards to his right, takes it on the full. 15 out from his own line, heads to the 20, bit of a sidestep, and now as he straightens his court, 24 out from his own goal line for the Panthers. He plays it and he goes to the left edge. Jenkins with the ball, and he's driven back, 28 out from his own line. No doubt Sharkies have lifted since that try, in terms of just believing they're a chance here of a comeback. And now they send a left edge, Casey McLean, caught 12 short of halfway. Gets up to the 40, plays the ball to Kenny, fires the pass to Isaiah Papali'i, running on the open side right. He's to halfway, down he goes on the paint. Play to Kenny, 24-6 Penrith leads Cronulla Sutherland. The Panthers, Talangi takes on the defence. Caught 9 metres in Sharks territory. Last play, Cleary the kick from 42 metres out. He's had it on a piece of string tonight. Up they go. Stone Street, great catch. 15 out from his own goal line. Penrith 24, Cronulla Sutherland 6. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, second half, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, and again, they just go back to their systems and their structures, Penrith. They get that field position back and look at their line speed on play 2 here, Andrew, racing out of the Cronulla players.
To catch Sione Katoa on this occasion. He's felled in centre field, 25 out from his own goal line by Nathan Cleary. Comes to the right, Trindle, in and out, scooped up by Casey McLean. That is a momentum killer right there. And a mistake from Braden Trindle. So now Penrith gets an opportunity. Billy Phillips, how impressive has he been? He's caught 20 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. Dummy half, Mitch Kenny goes open side right to Cleary. Cleary steps off the right foot. Two-handed basketball pass back to Phillips. He steps, then he accelerates into Brayley and Colhoun and stands in the tackle, only 10 out from the Sharks line. Penrith attacking up 24-6. Goes left to Cleary. Back to the right to Kenny. Kenny up the middle into Pudu. And he's tackled a metre or 2 away. Penrith on the attack. Played to Cleary. Goes right to Yo. Tip on by Edwards to Alamotti. But the cover comes. One-handed by Alamotti. Back to Dylan Edwards. Drifts away to his left. Looks for a hole. Finds it. Dylan Edwards. He bumps to the ground. Rolls over and scores. What brilliant play from Dylan Edwards. Will it be allowed? No. We're bunker bound. Let's have a listen.
Here, Bucky. We have no try. Just make sure momentum takes him to the line and then he actually knocks it on into the Cronulla player over the try line.
All right, so he thinks it might be tuck shot with source job, double movement and a lost ball, Matthew. And again, everything's happening on the far side of the field. Impossible for us to tell live, other than the fact it was a great effort from Dylan Edwards. The first question is...
Clearing a potential completion of tackle here.
Exactly, from Chris Butler, thank you.
I think there's definite momentum there that get him across the line. It's just the grounding that I think is going to be the key thing. And Klein thinks he's actually knocked it on.
At this point, the ball carrying arm has contacted the ground. Jesse has a clear grip of Dylan Shorts playing through at this stage. That constitutes tackle completion. Dylan now promotes the ball with Jesse still in contact, which is a double movement. We have a decision.
So no try, double movement, penalty to Cronulla. It remains a ball game at 24-6 to Penrith with 18 minutes 16 seconds left.
I don't entirely agree with that, Andrew. How doesn't he not roll there with the momentum and the speed that he ran at the line with?
Look, it's my least favourite rule in the game, double movement, but I actually think they got it right, and I hate the rule. Here's Cronulla finding touch on their own 30. Let's settle the deadlock. Michael Carianis.
I don't go with you, Andrew. It's touch and go there, but yeah, I just think that the momentum had halted. And I know he didn't score there, but Dylan Edwards was like, it didn't look like he ran with much freedom at all last year. This year, he's looked like he's picked up a yard of pace.
It's a different player, isn't it? Here's the Sharkies now on their own 30. Comes to the left, Trindle turns the ball into Fanua Blake. He straightens, tackled 34 out from his own line. Penrith 24, Cronulla 6. As now Brayley goes left to Trindle. Back on the inside it comes. Here's a good strong run from Billy Burns. He's been good. Got a one-hander in the tackle away late to Brayley. To the right, Puru to Fanua Blake. As they keep the ball alive, the Sharkies, they work their way into Penrith territory. Down by 18, but still a hope. As now the ball's played by Colhoun. Brayley dummy half. Scoops it away left to Fanua Blake again. Right in centre field. He's taken by Papali'i and Leota. 8 metres in Penrith's half. Brayley, dummies right, comes left to Trindle. Turns it on the inside to Billy Burns. He steps into Garner and Papali'i. And held is the call. 35 out from the goal line. Last tackle Sharks. Brayley dummy half. Goes to his right. Trindle the kick. It's a towering ball. Hero flying through. Edwards under it. And oh, what a catch. Dylan Edwards under heavy traffic. He's got it for the Panthers. 12 out from his own line. That's a huge play. Cleary dummy half goes left to Brian To'o, and he's caught inside his 20. It is 24-6 to the Panthers with 16 and a half to go.
Yeah, as you said, Andrew, that take by Edwards and the pressure that he was under, and somehow appear out the other side of the defenders, that was immaculate stuff.
So now Penrith outside their 30. Super Rugby now 12 all second half. Queensland and New South Wales. 3/4 time AFL. Swans 75. Lions 34. Penrith go left to right. Dylan Edwards. Beautiful cut out to To'o. He's over the 40. Bounced through Iro, but straight into Stone Street. Shoulder high tackle, says the referee. Head high, says the crowd. Cleary kicks it straight into Burns. Bounces back for Alamotti. That's 6 more tackles. Then he gets away from Burns and accelerates. Fanua Blake drags him down. Right on halfway. 20 in from the western touchline. Plays the ball to Cleary. Dummy short side right. Goes himself. That wasn't at full pace, and he's taken comfortably there by Jesse Colhoun. 8 metres in Cronulla territory. It's played centre field to Kenny. Dummies left, goes right Leota. Good run up the centre. Tackled 29 out from the goal line. Play to Kenny again. 24-6 Panthers lead. Lindsay Smith out the back left to Cleary to Talangi. Talangi is caught. 15 out from the line in that far side. Now the ball's played and it comes to the right. Cleary away to Leota centre field. Stands and delivers out the back to Yo. Yo goes straight and hard into the defence of Puru. And also Colhoun, and gets to it in about 4 of the goal line. Last tackle, Penrith who lead 24-6. Played to Kenny. Short side left to Cleary. Stab kick in the in-goal area. Back there is Kennedy, and he's flung over the dead ball line. Great pressure from Penrith. Goal line drop out, Cronulla Sutherland. Penrith 24, Sharks 6, 15 to go.
Yeah, and again, they're not scared of being bored, are they, Andrew? How many times have they attacked that right-hand unit? I won't mention that once, twice, 3, 70,000 times this half. Nathan Cleary just going back there and sucking the life out of him.
That was multiples of a lot right there. AFL in the third quarter, Adelaide Crows 49, Collingwood 32, short line drop out, and it's been coming away with the Sharkies again. They've had a couple of successes there. And playing the ball is Sam Stone Street. It goes right to KL Iro, straight through Papali'i into Smith and Leota, and he hits the deck 23 out from his own line. So Penrith, those short line dropouts from Trindle, really helping them out. Stone Street centre field, caught 12 metres short of halfway. 14 minutes 10 to go, 24-6 in favour of Penrith. Trindle, short side right to Hines, pass meant for Katoa, ends up over the eastern touchline. Now was it touched in flight?
Cronulla first.
No, it's off the Sharkies who went forward, and Penrith will get the scrum feed. 6 metres in Cronulla territory. Here's a challenge from the Sharks.
The last tackle was tackle 3. We have a captain's challenge from Cronulla. They dispute the decision that they knocked the ball on first.
Let's go down to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it's an interesting challenge here. I haven't got a close look at it as we get to see Nico Hines go to the line just there.
And again, we're relying on this big screen at the far end of the ground.
Gets the first touch to the ball, and then it hits Thomas after that. The captain's challenge is unsuccessful.
Okay, that's unsuccessful, guys.
So Sharks lose their challenge,
Scrum in the middle.
and it will be a Penrith scrum feed. Look, I love calling for here. I'm not complaining, but it's very hard on that far side because we're so low to the ground compared to where we normally call from. So it's almost impossible to tell live what's precisely happened and what hasn't. But the result is, Matthew, it's a scrum feed to Penrith, 5 metres in Sharks territory.
Well, they didn't have to look at it 7 times, so I think they were fairly definitive on the call, and some field position here again for the Penrith Panthers.
As the Panthers win the scrum, and it's Brian To'o with the carry, but he's dealt with this time, and he'll play it after standing in the tackle. 7 metres in Sharks territory. To the left, Yoda Smith. Smith is tackled 39 out from the Cronulla Sutherland line. We're approaching field goal time already here for clearing. Comes right to Yo. Yo up the middle, up over the 30. Good run. He casts one aside in Burns. Wrapped up 28 metres out. Plays the ball to Kenny. Goes to his left to Cleary. Turns it back on the inside, Leota. He's scored 19 out. Southern end of the ground. Running left to right, the Panthers. Kenny out of dummy half. Switches back to the left. Cleary, Talangi, and the ball goes free and over the top. That was poor from Blaze Talangi. And it's going to ball was a Casey McLennan was right the first time. Blaze Talangi. So it'll be Cronulla with a play the ball. About 12 out from their own line. They're still in the hunt for just. Penrith 24, Cronulla Sutherland 6. Matthew with 13 minutes to go.
As you said there, Andrew, Blaze Talangi operating outside their normal prerequisite of a Panthers where you're not taking any risks. And
what about that Penrith supporter who's just delivered us some hot chips?
no,
Can't eat them because we're on air. What?
not us.
Well, he looked at me and said they're for you too. He was a kind gentleman and not selfish. Here's the Sharkies near the 30-metre line. They're very friendly people here in Bathurst. And look at MC down there. MC down there agrees. There's now Penrith having to defend. Going across field is Kennedy away from 1-2. Then the pass goes left. Burns away to Hero. He links up with Stone Street. Straight past Alamoti. Here comes Edwards. Great tackle. Brings him down 20 out the metre in from touch western side to save the day. Ball played to Hero. He sends the ball away right to Kennedy. Then to Trindle. Pass away to Nico Hines. Hines across field. Turns it into Ramian. Set restart. The Sharkies are every chance of fighting back here to get to within 12. They're 23 out. 11 to go. 24-6 Penrith. That's another set restart. That's 7 awarded to Cronulla. As now the Sharks 17 away. Centre field, northern end. Ball played by Hazelton, who's back out there. Kennedy goes inside to Colhoun. Hit the spin to Brawy away to Hazelton up the centre. The Sharks cold heroes tackled 7 out. The only try scored by Sione Katoa in this half. Nico Hines now a jinking run, but he's easily cut to the ground. 7 out from the line. Played to Brayley. Goes to his left. Trindle. Short ball Burns. Defence there covering. 4 out. Brayley awaits. Goes himself from dummy half, Blake Brayley, but he's caught short of the goal line. Last tackle, Cronulla. Burns dummy half. Long ball goes right to Trindle. Puts in a little stab kick. Flying through his Nickera. And the ball is free on the ground. Knock on by Edwards. Cronulla will get another set. And Michael Carianis on the touchline. The Sharkies are still in this.
They're in it. They're showing some fight, but again, it all stemming off Blake Brayley out of dummy half. That's where they look the most threatening in and around the ruck.
Don't know which team doesn't look tired. 10 minutes to go in a round 2 game, but Penrith are looking a bit fatigued to me, Matthew.
Well, Andrew, the speed and tempo and quality of this game has been high from minute 1.
Yeah.
Even though the scoreboard may have not indicated that the whole way. So that makes full sense. And when you get back-to-back sets and the amount of six agains that they've surrendered, they go to their right-hand side here, Andrew.
Great defence. Koa hits the deck 15 metres out. That was a tackle from Casey McLean. Now it's with Ramian at first receiver. He's inside the 10, gets to within about 4 of the goal line. Cronulla looking to stay in the hunt here. Ball played to Brayley, comes open side left to Trindle, links up through hands, now for Miller Blake. He's tackled 5 metres away from the line. And another set restart. Penrith just keep giving Cronulla these opportunities. That's now 8 they've conceded. 3 outright in front. They must score the Sharks. Brayley goes right to Trindle. No, they mustn't. Here's the knock on. Is that Ramian putting it down again? It is.
Yes.
That's about his third pressure valve release. And Penrith will get a scrum feed. 10 metres out from their own goal line. There's 9.5 to go. Penrith 24, Cronulla Sutherland 6. And just to prove how magnanimous that Penrith fan is who delivered the chips, he's given some also to the turnbuckle, Nathan Turnbull now. Very, very good man of sound / pilot over there to our left.
And he gets the opportunity to eat them, Andrew.
He can, yes. That he's entitled to, the turnbuckle. He's been on fire. Unfortunately, Jesse Ramian has not.
No, well, I'll tell you what, but Casey McLean's defensive effort there and getting up in his face, they rejoice that as much as the try, the Panthers team.
So now Penrith have the footy back, 17 out from their own line with this 24 points to 6 lead. Saturday night NRL here on ABC Sport with 8 minutes 44 to go. Now Smith plays it to Kenny. Goes centre field left as Penrith working up over the 30-metre line, playing the footy now for Penrith, and it comes to the left. It's one of the replacements on the field for Penrith, and that's Going who's out there now. 5 short of halfway Penrith on the eastern side of the field. Kalani Going, another one of these talented youngsters. Here it comes right to Lindsay Smith. He's up over halfway. Good strong run from the front rower. Finally put to the ground. 6 metres in Sharks territory. Last tackle. Nathan Cleary a towering kick. About 5 metres into Cronulla territory to the wing of Stone Street. He catches it, but Alamoti's taken off the ball by Trindle. And this is huge. It's a penalty going to Penrith. In goal kicking range. Let's see where Ashley Klein marks the spot. 14 metres out and about 15 metres in from the western touchline, Padre.
That's not even a 2026 penalty, Andrew. That's a penalty in...
Are you suggesting it's a 1908 penalty?
Yes, you can't do that, Braden. That's not the smartest play, and Nathan Cleary's already signalled to Andrew, so just to put them three scores ahead.
Nathan Cleary will line this up to continue his perfect record. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, easy decision there to go for the 2 and put this game to bed. And whilst the Sharks were really poor in the first half, and to start this second half, they've shown a little bit more fight in this second half, but still blowing off the paddock early doors in the opening 40 minutes.
Did you get any hot chips down there, Michael or Ralph?
Yeah.
Did you? But you got the invisible ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the kick coming from Cleary. No, they smell unbelievable. It's not great timing for us. You can have a couple now, because I would never cross you with a mouthful of food.
You've never done that, ever.
24-6 to the Panthers. Cleary to put the game beyond reach with 6 minutes and 41 seconds to go. And 4 from 4 he's kicked. Nathan Cleary's at a blinder. After the game, Matt, with his ABC Player of the Year points. Reaction on field from Michael Carianis will wrap up the entire day. It's been a beautiful day here in Bathurst. Great to be here again, the only radio station that does come to these venues, and we're proud of that. Cleary moves in from 18 metres out. He strikes it, he likes it, he kicks the goal. He's 5 out of 5, and it's 26 points to 6. Penrith over Cronulla Sutherland. You know what, Padre? It's game, set, bingo. The Panthers are going to win and go 2-0.
Yeah, I find that very difficult to contest that call, Andrew, even though it may be a touch early, but they're such a dominant performance.
6 minutes left in a 20-point lead. I don't think it's that conservative.
Yeah, you know, but...
I think it is conservative.
I can remember... But we won't go back there again.
What are you waving at, Michael? What do you want?
You're waving at me, Andrew, just to be clear.
You had something on your mind?
No, I'm backing you in. I don't think it's early at all. I think it's a...
No, it's a pretty poor call, to be honest. Yeah, it's late.
It's late. It's soft.
Here's the kick taken by Dylan Edwards. Well, that's not something you're used to, apparently. Here's the Panthers. 18 out for their own line. Very firm in his opinion, Michael Carianis. It's been a funny day. Here's the Panthers now up over the 10-metre line. 26-6 they lead. Around the ground, second half Super Rugby, Queensland 26, leading the Waratahs 17. AFL Swannies, the Devils number 87, leading the Brisbane Lions 46, as in an attack coming from Penrith on the right edge. Getting to his feet is Smith, just outside his 30. It comes open side left to going. He's wrapped up 9 metres short of halfway, 15 in from touch on the western side. Now, second quarter AFL, Adelaide 68 over the Collingwood side 38. It's a kick downfield. Taken by Kennedy, 10 out from his own line, heads up over the 20, turns it back on the inside to Xiaomi Katoa. He's away from Talangi, goes across field again, finally caught 23 metres out from his own line. 26-6, Penrith leading Cronulla Sutherland with only 4 minutes 30 to go here at Carrington Park. Ramey in the carry and he's tackled. 32 out from his own line for the Sharks.
Yeah, well, I can tell you what, Andrew, the Panthers aren't interested in the clock either, because their maintenance of quality in defence remains solid at this stage of the game.
Trindle goes on the inside this time for the Sharkies, and they have it on halfway. Lindsay Smith, the tackle. 1 metre in Penrith territory. Now to the left, Hazelton. Got the pass away, Trindle to Kennedy. Then on to Iro on this western side. He sent a rush pass back to Trindle. It goes without it. Cleary picks it up. I think sent the pass through his legs. And Penrith come away with it 5 short of halfway. I suppose when you're down by 20 with 4 to go, you'll try anything. Cleary, well, the ball slips out of his hands and went forward. Well, holy Nelly, that's come after 76 minutes and 20 seconds. The first hint of a Nathan Cleary mistake, and that was a shot.
Well, he came up with a flick pass out the back after he picked the ball up off the ground, so I think he may have just got a little bit overconfident there, Andrew, at dummy half when he picked the ball up. And
well, there's a bit of a modern-day melee happening out there. Obviously, Klein trying to break it up. The touch judges come in. Belinda Sharp on this western side of the field, and also David Luttringer from the far side. Now the players separate. And it's going to be a scrum. In the NBL semi-final game 2, Perth Wildcats needing to win, lead Sydney Kings 59-58. The game is in Perth. Scrum fed and won by the Sharks. Brayley sends it left to Iro, and he runs into the defence, headed by Alamotti. Also coming in there was Garner, and he got an extra shove. That's a stupid play by Penrith. And it's now 9 restarts to the Sharkies. They've got a 29 out for the Penrith line, but they just keep backing their defence, the Panthers. Ball's going to be played now to Brayley. He goes to his right, Trindle. Dummies inside, goes outside to Nico Hines. Lovely pass away to Kennedy on that right edge. And Kennedy, good leg drive, but he's taken 22 metres out from the goal line. And Papali'i was involved in the tackle. Now it comes right to left. Brayley away to Jesse Colhoun. He's tackled 13 away from the line. Penrith 26, Cronulla Sutherland 6. Dying moments here in Bathurst. Brayley sends it right to Hines. Right foot step, got a rush pass back to Tom Hazelton, and he's going without it. I think that's his third drop ball. I'm not entirely sure that was his fault either. Penrith 10 metres out from their own goal line. 26-6 to the Panthers with 1:50 left to play.
yeah, well, again, Tom Hazelton, you can actually put the error down to him, but he didn't get a great pass there at all. Right at the line under pressure, and there's a penalty there to the Panthers.
I think that was a shoulder charge on Tom Jenkins. So a penalty goes to Penrith. The penalties are 5-3 to the Panthers by my tally. Let's go down to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Sharks player just placed on report as well, Andrew, for that tackle. Just get a look here. There's shoulder charge from Jesse Ramey, and unnecessary from him. Complete, yeah, definitely a shoulder charge there.
I reckon that was frustration from the night he's having, Jesse Ramey. So he's on report for a shoulder charge. And Penrith finds touch up on halfway. Wouldn't surprise me here if Cleary tries to flex his muscle with a 2-point field goal attempt. Penrith 6 metres in Cronulla Sutherland territory. They lead 26-6. Kenny sends the ball away, left it going, runs into Hazelton, wrapped up 37 metres out from the line. Maybe they'll get too close. Comes to Kenny to Lindsay Smith. The crowd roar. What's that for? As AEOs come from the field. 30 away, Kenny. Comes to the right, Cleary. Then on to going away to Phillips. And Billy Phillips has scored 21 metres out from the Cronulla goal line. Closing stages of this one with 25 seconds to go. Cleary, a little rubber kick, goes in behind Stone Street and over the dead ball line. So a couple of imperfections from Nathan Cleary late in the game. 20-metre tap for the Sharks, of course. He's already done all the damage in a 26-6 lead as the Sharkies from the restart. 27 out from their own line. 6 seconds to go. That'll be one play. Brayley goes left to Hazelton. Up the middle he goes, taken in a three-man tackle. And that does it. It's all over. And Penrith wins in a very handy fashion. They take this game 26 points to 6 after leading 18-0 at half-time. Now remember, I reckon they led 18-0 last week against Brisbane and won 26-0. Today they led 18-0 at half-time and win 26-6. And they are unbeaten 2 rounds into the 2026 NRL season. For Penrith tries to Brian To'o in the 7th minute, Tom Jenkins in the 35th, Nathan Cleary in the 39th, and Tom Jenkins in the 45th. Nathan Cleary, 5 goals from 5 attempts as well. 5 restarts for Penrith. The Cronulla Sutherland to try to Sione Katoa in the 58th minute. Nico Hines 1 from 1. Jesse Raymond on report in the 79th minute. Trey shoulder charge, 1 unsuccessful challenge, 9 restarts. Penalties 5-3 to the Panthers, but a very convincing win in the end in Bathurst before this sellout crowd. I'm not sure I have a crowd figure just yet. We'll get that at some point. But as many seats as you can fill, that's what was filled here at Carrington Park. And the Panthers, a pretty mighty win, Matthew Elliott.
Where the people that attended, Andrew, they got to witness a great game of footy. Certainly Cronulla Sharks played their part in that as well, but wow, what about the dominant performance from the Penrith Panthers? And their key players tonight showed why they play rep footy, showed why this team played in 5 consecutive grand finals.
He doesn't have headgear on, but I think it's Isaiah Papali'i. Down to you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it is Isaiah Papali'i. What an opening 2 weeks from your side. You guys look like you look fresh, you look hungry, and you're firing early.
Yeah, I think obviously pre-season is a massive thing for us, and like it is for every club. But I think we put a lot of hard work in, and yeah, happy with how these first 2 rounds have gone.
It's obviously only your second year at the club. What differences did you notice in the pre-season from the first year compared to this year?
I think just the intensity of every session, not wasting our reps, and I think everyone holding each other accountable. So I just think we're making the most of it every day, and it's not only the games that we're focused on, but it's our daily improvement through our training.
That left edge, particularly in the first half, had some great opportunities and looked really good.
Yeah, I think that's a good starting point. I think the thing that we're most happy about is how we're defending, and obviously it's disappointing that our edge led on the only try, but I think the way we stayed resilient and just bounced back from that 1 try is something that we can, I guess, keep week to week.
You're back on the edge. You spent a lot of time in the middle last year. Where you at? Are you enjoying being back on the edge?
Yeah, I'm just happy to get the job done with the boys, and whatever role I have in this team, I'll do to my best ability, and at the moment it's on the edge, and I'm really enjoying that at the moment.
Outstanding start, mate. Well done on the win.
Cheers, thank you.
Isaiah Papali'i with Michael Carianis. By the way, the capacity here is 12,000, and the official crowd, 12,000. I've cleaned up our suite from prior to the game, by the way.
Yeah.
Brian To'o scoring first, crowd figure, the lot. Blake Brayley, again, he was very impressive for Cronulla, albeit in a reasonably heavy defeat. Here he is with MC.
Blake, obviously off the back of last week, you're such a clinical performance. What was the difference tonight?
Yeah, obviously Penrith are a great side, and I feel like early on we started well. We had that first good, attack and defensive set, and earned 6 again. But from there it was errors, field position, possession, completion, and when you get a team like Penrith they execute. So it was a good lesson on the little things of the game and the fundamentals, and they did that better than us tonight.
In that first half, you did well to a point to only be down 6, and they scored those 2 late tries, and that obviously hurt going into halftime.
Yeah, we sort of felt really comfortable with our defence. I feel like early on we're working hard. Had a few sets on our line. We had a few calls go their way, and we still, turned up for each other. And towards the end, just feel pressure. Back-to-back sets. it's going to take a toll on you somewhere. And we didn't do a good enough job responding and getting to our kick and putting that back on them. So full credit to them. They played their game tonight, perfectly, and the conditions as well. And when you get good players like Cleary and Zayo and Dylan Edwards, that much ball possession, they're going to make you pay, and they definitely did that tonight.
Is it simply to say the difference between last week and this week is the opposition, or were you guys a bit off compared to last week?
Yeah, I think it was probably us. I don't think we were at our best. Maybe we thought we'd probably get a bit more attacking sets and could show what we could do, but I feel like we need to work through that transition period of working through the midfield and shifting and not waiting to get to the try line to try to put on these plays and trying to make meters. So it was a good lesson in the fundamentals of the game, and I'm sure Fitzy will say that in the sheds and review that for next week.
Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's the Cronulla Sutherland captain Blake Brayley with Michael Carianis, well spoken as ever. Full time in the rugby, Queensland has beaten the Waratahs 26-17 AFL final quarter. Sydney Swans 96, Brisbane Lions 52 third quarter, Adelaide Crows 76, leading Collingwood 45. And game 2 of the NBL semi-final series final quarter, the Kings in front 60-59 over the Perth Wildcats in Perth. A win tonight and they'll advance to the next phase, the Sydney Kings. So, final score here, 26 points to 6. Penrith over Cronulla before a crowd of 12,000 people. The Panthers 2-0, 2 wins from 2 games to start this season. And everyone was looking at their draw, and remember Nathan Cleary was going to miss the first couple of games due to suspension. Huge decision to take that to the judiciary, plead guilty but reduce, looking for a downgrade, and that's exactly what happened with the defence coming from Ivan Cleary, the Penrith coach, and as a result he's played in both of these 2 games and played a massive role for the Penrith Panthers to have this lead. Hopefully we'll get a word with Nathan Cleary very shortly. Then we'll get the ABC Player of the Year points. MC will rejoin us back here in our broadcast position. And with a full house, by the way, Matthew, one thing I've noticed with the crowd sort of streaming past us to get out, I'll pick up that point shortly, because Nathan Cleary's had a blinder is with Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Andrew Moore just described your performance as a blinder, mate. How in control do you feel at the moment?
I feel maybe like, if I had to put a number on it, like 70%, I reckon. There's still a long way to go. There was still a few periods, particularly to finish the game, that I wasn't too happy with. But, I think as a whole, as a group, where our control was quite good. Still, obviously, a lot of areas to get better. But I think just our connection and turning up for each other and our willingness in defence really sets us up for good performances. And, we just got to keep investing in that week in, week out.
One thing that was particularly evident, especially in the first half, the interchange of passing and even the big boys in the middle of the field, allowing you that time to sort of strip them out wide. Is that something you guys spend a lot of time working on?
Yeah, well, it's sort of, one of those things that we do spend a lot of time working on at training, but we probably haven't put into use as much as we'd like to. So I think it's a bit more, just trying to get that free-flowing footy and allowing people to pass if it's on, and then, trying to capitalise off the back of it.
What about defensively? Obviously, no points in the first game, 6 points tonight. That's quite a high standard that you guys have set early.
Yeah, to be honest, I actually thought it was pretty disappointing the way we conceded the try tonight. It was a stoppage in play and they still scored off it, but all in all, I thought we scrambled really well. We kept turning up, and that's what it's all about. But as I said, we've got to keep building on that. It's a tough start to the year for us versus some quality sides, and the Sharks were that tonight. So, got to keep building.
If you're only at 70%, you look out the rest of the competition. Good luck for the rest of the year, mate.
Appreciate it, mate. Thank you.
Yeah, Nathan Cleary there with Michael Carianis. Penrith 26 defeated Cronulla Sutherland 6. MC will rejoin us here in the back of the grandstand. Matthew Elliott, what about your ABC Player of the Year points? I assume Penrith will dominate.
Yeah, Andrew, and I think you're going to absolutely faint with the names I come up with.
I've already written 3 next to the halfback.
Well, 1, let's go the other way around.
Okay. Build it up to suspense.
Dylan Edwards, rather than the other name I used. He carried the ball for over 200 metres, and that's all impressive. But his support in attack and his defensive play tonight was just so good.
Yep.
And as you identified, there's just an extra spring in his step this year. You can see that he's injury-free, and that brings so much to this team. His kick return plays is amazing. 2 points, Isaiah Yeo. 96 metres, 37 tackles. He wasn't on the field the whole time either, Andrew. But again, what about his play around that ruck tonight? He just didn't key plays when they were on the back foot, the meterage he made at key times. He's just such an amazing player. And yes, you're right, 3 beside Nathan Cleary. He gave himself a 7 out of 10 for his performance tonight because he was a little bit disappointed with a couple of the errors late in the game and his kick error. But how'd you like a half to score your try, 2 try assists, run 140 metres and make 29 tackles?
And kick 5 from 5 for the hell of it.
Yeah.
3 from the touchline.
How's that?
Yeah. That's, well, last week when Penrith beat Brisbane, Billy Moore gave 3 points to Dylan Edwards, 2 to Nathan Cleary and 1 to Isaiah Yeo. And tonight you've gone 3 points to Nathan Cleary, 2 Isaiah Yeo, 1 to Dylan Edwards. They're 3 key players and they've started this season tremendously well. As we've discussed through the game, very free in their running. They just look ready to go.
And can I say this? The points that I gave have nothing to do with their names. We're just sitting here watching the game, and their impact and influence, not only on the result, but the players around them, is just so noticeable. You can't ignore it.
So 3 points, Nathan Cleary, 2 Isaiah Yeo, 1 Dylan Edwards, 26-6 Penrith over Cronulla Sutherland, having led 18-0 at half-time. And what a game next Friday night. Gee, I'm looking forward to calling that already. It'll be Penrith against the Sydney Roosters at 6 o'clock Australian Eastern Daylight Time at the Sydney Football Stadium. The Roosters are 1 win, 1 loss, Penrith 2-0, but that should be a fantastic game of footy. Michael Carianis rejoins us back here as the crowd continues to mill, looking for selfies and the like with the players, who will accommodate them, no doubt. They're on the boundary right around the ground here. It's a great look here at Carrington Park. I think the players might be out there for a little while, and the weather's pretty mild. That's the good news, MC. And just a real shot across the bow here from Penrith, the way they've started this season to their opposition.
Yeah, outstanding tonight. Just clinical, controlled, fast moving, and to hear Nathan Cleary with that honest summation of the game, there's still plenty of upside in this side. They're doing it without, Liam Martin, a representative back rower, Liam Henry, who's an outstanding bench forward, to do so and look so in control against 2 sides that many people have in their top 4. Right, so it's been amazing. As for Cronulla, it's just the concern for Cronulla, and it's been a theme of the last couple of years, is last week they looked like a premiership team. Then